Hello. Hello, Sonat. Why's my quality 720? One second, guys. Something is terribly wrong here. Oh my god, fuck's sake. Okay. Hello, Quetzal Drake. This should be working now. Oh yeah, nice. Now it's working. Okay, it looks fine now. Let me see this. Don't worry, bro, my account has got perm-banned in Discord. Why? Why did you get perm-banned in Discord? Okay, finally it's working. Okay, now it looks good. That's weird. The timer. Oh, the timer stopped. For fuck's sake. There we go. Wait a second, guys. The timer. And we're live. Hello, squad. How are you tonight? Welcome to the stream. I am very happy to tell all of you we are back with good quality. I don't know what happened with the OBS. It suddenly stopped working. Did you read about my tier list? No, Rose, I didn't. I'm sorry. Hello, Fruitiera. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So basically, I was having a little bit of issues with the quality of the stream. I don't know why, but it seems like it's working now. I don't even know why I was having issues. Good quality. It should have been good quality. Like, I always try to stream in 1080. I don't know when this changed. What fucking thing changed? No idea. But it broke. So we just fixed it, and it's time to start. Yes, we choked the rat. We choked the rat last time. Oh. Nah, but we're going in small. So, before we start, Who wants to do 2 pulls of this shit? Don't shake your right anymore. Oh, okay, Fruitiero, don't worry, tap it out. Anyways, guys, should I do a 10 extraction? I got this and I have a 10 extraction. Okay, what? 1 10 extraction. Yes, 1 pull. Okay, let's do 1 pull. Oh! That's green! That's green! Ah.
파우스트 수신했습니다.
We got pause and we got... Ah, come on. Okay, one more, just because that was good. Okay, guys, cross... Oh, another green! Another green! Please, give me the Ishmael. I just want the fucking Ishmael now. Another Gregor! Another Gregor! Nah, one more. Give me the Ishmael, god damn it. No, he's not gonna give me the Ishmael. Sync Association Auris. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I don't have. Okay, maybe at the end of the stream we have a little bit of energy. The 1%. I can't believe I pulled the fucking guys, you know? Yeah, but we need more lunacy because I have the paid lunacy and the paid lunacy eats 4. Okay, guys, who wants? Who wants some pools? Okay, guys, I'll do something stupid. You don't have to donate, but let's put something in the coffee. Let's do something new, If you donate $10, I will donate $10, and we will have a lot of pools. How many pools can I buy with $10? And I'll duplicate it. Okay, we can have 40. So let's do 40. You can see the screen, by the way. I know, Quid. What? To be honest with you, Ishmael isn't really worth it. Nah, but we're trying to pull her anyways, for the memes, you know. Sorry. No, well, I got some, but not all. Okay, let's see how many tickets do I have. I have 3 tickets from the event. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 tickets we have there. I was just worried we're going to show your credit card details or something. Oh, don't worry. So, okay, I was doing this. I was doing this, okay? Let's do this. Listen to me out. 40 extra pulls for an amount of $10, okay? Pulls for wall purchase. Okay, there you go. That is a new goal. We got pulls for wall purchase for $10. If you donate $10, I will donate $10 and we can all do pulls. Hello, Candy. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Green, you had 100 modules, right? No, I don't have that many modules. What the fuck? Hey, Streamlabs. No, wait, Streamlabs is the bot. Hey, yes, nice to see that you have returned. But there we go. I'm just invested in that one now. Here we have like one more pool. Or listen guys. I never got this pool because I missed this one. So we technically have 260 here. So yeah, if we do all that, we can do pools at the end of the night, you know? I used all the boxes. Wait, we're not in Chinatown? No, not yet. We're finishing this one. If you read the description, we need to just finish the last 3 of, for fuck's sake. Plus 3 of these ones, and then we start in Chinatown. I don't know. Anyways, we should absolutely start this shit, you know? The hierarchy. Well, now that that's over and done with, I would like the seniors to come gather around here. Hohenheim placed the seniors in a single file before him and began. Now the regular checkup is complete, we finally have enough data to compare your pre-employment statuses to those of your current selves. Which means, indeed, we were able to measure your pre-employment combat capabilities as well. Oh, and what are your conclusions? Allow me to preface this by saying that there isn't much significance in establishing this particular hierarchy of power on a linear scale. Like I said, you are all equally mediocre at the present anyways, and... Oh, hello, Abang. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there's plenty of significance, alright. We've all got to know who's the big boss. While this is true, but as speculation of the worst case scenario, we must know which of us has the most right and authority to lead the rest of the seniors in case our executive manager becomes due to some unknown yet inexorable circumstance unavailable. Hey, thanks. I don't listen to anyone weaker than I am. What if there's a reason I was the first one asked to introduce himself? There was a burgeoning interest among the seniors to see which of them would be the apex of this scale. Were they to be measured by their strength prior to their employment? Hey, maybe before I lost my memories, even I, Dante don't. Wow. Wow. Oh, god damn. It is interesting how every collective has a desire to get the clear picture of the pecking order. A negative expression of this desire may even lead to juvenile behavior among children. For example, stealing their colleagues' lunches for meager reasons, such as scoring higher than they did on a test. You're not speaking from personal experiences, are you? Thus, I believe that trying to conceal the outcome of the tests from you would be quite meaningless. Smash or pass? Smash, of course, smash. Each of your placements in that line you're standing in signifies that very order you're so curious to know. I do not. Oh, thanks, guys. I am human again. I do not wish to waste any more breath on this subject. Yes, we're gonna finish Nocturnal Sweeping. There was a long silence. Then the seniors all simultaneously turned to look at the person standing in the frontmost position of the line. What the fuck? This has to be the longest, most awkward, most loaded silence I've ever felt in my life. You sound the absolute fucking unit. Much did I wish to hold shrouded in my fathoms, yet I yearn still to convey that we are all more than meets the eyes. Yet there remains a certain abundance within my heart. Perhaps the test of this day paints a picture of both my qualities. Yi-sang is an absolute unit? What the fuck? Thus I spoke. Yi-sang. Yi-sang? I will place trust in the faith that all of you shall one day sprout wigs as I have. Yi-sang, it's the other way around. Yi-sang, it's the other way around. Ah yes, the line was made from my point of view. From here, the cedar wielding that oversized lance is the one at the front of this line. Yeah, of course. What did you expect? What the fuck did you expect? Donkey, of course, Donkey has to be the MVP. Well, you said some cool words, though. We got this, right? You said... That was kind of funny. Well, this is quite the bashful occasion to be the center of such fervent attention of one such company. I always believed in Don Quixote, you know? I always believed in her. I wouldn't say fervent is the right word. Worried, maybe? I shall be vigilant. No one seems to have any objections or doubt about who the strongest senior was, given the earlier events. On second thought, it appears that it would be best if we left the comment to Ishmael, as we have done so far. Auris mumbled through gritted teeth. She's about to distort, guys. Auris is about to distort. Forsooth, I am in agreement. I am more partial to roles as defending fixer or a squire. This is often the case that such side characters enjoyed great popularity since time immemorial. Very happy to see this discussion not coming to blows. Now, are we ready to move on from this? Wait a minute. Are we all forgetting something pretty important? That's just how the world works, Greg. No one remembers anyone between the first place and the last place. I even forgot my own placement in that order. No, I mean, fellas, I wasn't even a part of the list. What? Oh, were you not? Who cares, mate? There's 12 of us. Some people just fall out of the radar. Big deal. Let's just get on with it. Hey, you can't just disregard me like swatting away a fly. I'd guess somewhere around my level probably, or Heathcliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion. Ah, you're the sinner with that bizarre insectoid arm. We had no choice but to place you in the least favorite category of all researchers. Exceptions. Exceptions? They really hate that, huh? Funny that Sancho said that the side characters get recognition because Sancho was Don Quixote's sidekick. True. In other words, you are a unique case that cannot well be placed in a list or scale. To do so would be responsible. I'd say you carry a certain potential. Potential is it? Does that mean I could also be the first play if it all goes well? It could very well be the reverse, given the definition of potential. Let not this query harrow your mind, Gregor. Your day will come. Feels funny getting consoled by the guy who placed last. So everybody went down to Yi Sang's level, not Sinclair level. That's impressive. My way thing was showing 0. I put a hammer on it. Potentials, guys, potentials. The new classification codes. After some time passed. Next, we must discuss the classification numbers. We have been assigning risk level to distortions, just as we have for abnormalities. The observation logs you have written for us were of great help, of course. My researchers struggled to parse the handwriting of certain sceners, however, but it was good data all the same. Oh my god, you became a masturbator. Yi Sang is a power black hole, bringing out his Ryoshu at second kindred to the level of rat. My god, quit. We once had a 3-hour debate over a letter. Hey, even that bloody governess gave up trying to fix my handwriting. What? Heathcliff agreed proudly and wiped the side of his nose. But you must all be aware, the current system of classification numbers has a rather significant oversight. Because abnormalities were creations of the former L Corp, our classification system had to be lifted whole from their system. However, the criteria by which the former L Corp measured the risk levels was the amount of their energy production. As a correlation of sorts, it was often the case that the more aggressive abnormalities produced more energy, but their destructive capabilities were not a part of the criteria, despite the correlation. That is why certain abnormalities were assigned relatively lower risk levels, despite their potential to kill even multiple higher-ranking employees. Oh yes, I know that. Some of them were fucking insane. They were an energy company at the end of the day. It makes sense that their priority would be measured their energy output. However, here both abnormalities and distortions must be suppressed via direct confrontation. Thus, the former L Corp classification system is rather incongruent with our purposes. I once heard someone say that we should be wary of people who drone on and on in the intro. Thus, it became necessary for us to reorganize the distortions, risk levels, and classification codes. Wow, how interesting. So, whose job is that going to be? I'm rather taken aback by the naivety with which you asked me that question. Us, it's us. Sinners without the right to refuse, was it? Hello, little couple, how are you? Welcome to stream. Okay, wait. The order of the strongest to weakest is Don Quixote, Auris, Ryoshu, Mersault, Faust, Honglu, Rodion, Heathcliff, Ishmael, Sinclair, and then Yi Sang, according to the wiki. Okay, but if that's the order, then why was Ishmael first? Because Audis said, yeah, let's make Ishmael lead. Well, that means that maybe in the ranking Ishmael was first, but maybe that ranking was bullcrap, you know? Oops, you forgot who you sent to work with the fairies. Oh, the fairies. Anyways. Wait a sec. Aren't you just offloading your own work onto us? A privilege given to researchers. Oh, wait, don't be so ignorant, yeah? This is all just in order to research the distortions, right? We got another way around, assistant. We've got to do research into distortions in order to solve them better. It's elementary shite. Oh, and I'm really got you wrapped around your finger. You know that. Absolutely fucking great. Okay. According to LCD, on-site investigative reasoning team leader, the progression of a distortion is much like that of a disease. The fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon. After all, when a distortion progresses into an abnormality, all pre-existing individuality is raised, replaced with the totality of an abnormality. Thus, it is impossible to bring back a distortion that has already transformed into an abnormality. It will no longer have that reversibility that they once had in the distortion phase. So a distortion like that Time Reaper fella will eventually become an abnormality too, if left untouched? If you're referring to the subject, yes, then yes. This is simply a prediction, of course. Because that particular subject isn't contained here, I cannot say with absolute certainty that its progression into an abnormality will be observed. A correct assessment. Oh, didn't Limbus Company collect the Time Reaper? Okay, I'll check out after stream, okay? Put the weight thing upside down and it works. What are you talking about, Captain Ishmael? We hoped we would, but T-Corp was very adamant about their claim of the entity, to the point where they refused to even sit at the negotiation table. I found their time-ripping ability quite fascinating, but sometimes I must know when to cut my losses, I suppose. Wait, so that he's something is a new classification code format? Indeed, because it is difficult to identify and observe the origin and the shape of a distortion, we decided to forgo that information and instead replace them with their scene affinities and the expected damage scale. Scene affinities. Pi must refer to Pigrita sloth. It appears that the classification now mimics the classification of the Picatula. They do indeed follow the same thought process. If we're being technical here, I wouldn't say it mimics it. It would be more accurate to say that as the Picatula are at once the origins of the distortion phenomena and its byproducts, the affinities can be transferred one-to-one. What's expected damage scale? Common capabilities, I'm guessing. I remember them saying that the risk levels were determined based on the encephalin production rates, in which is not the most meaningful information for us who have to fight them directly. Okay. The shit on you step on to check how much we weight. Oh, okay. It was a tad inconvenient to put a nebulous idea like combat capabilities into a singular numerical scale of power. Certain entities have idiosyncrasies and variables that make much a linear measure quite meaningless. So instead, we decided to measure the expected amount of damage that Limbus Company personnel might suffer should they engage these entities in battle. Well, this Time Reaper poses very little threat against the sinners. Due to your idiosyncrasies, the unique nature of their weapon means they can immediately deal a knife-fatal blow to anyone from the LCC department with a single strike. That is why this distortion was given a rather high expected damage scale of 6, from a scale 1 to 10. Please do know that this is not a perfect system, and these values are there only as references. Would this standard be applied to abnormalities as well? We have plans to do so, yes. Risk levels and expected damage scales will be coming before the classification codes. Speaking of which, I have something to show you all. What is it? What else other than the monolith? One with the highest potential values among Limbus Company's business. Thus, we developed a thus the development of transportation, management, and processing methodologies of the monolith is a glowing achievement indeed. The artifact, by its very nature, poses a great danger. I hesitate to embrace its use so willingly. A great danger? But wouldn't you say that we are beset by danger at all times? The arbitrariness in deciding how dangerous something is comes from the degree to which it poses a risk. As you must already know, the monolith here is a device that can force a distortion. It is scattered throughout the city, just like the golden bow, at first only in possession of the fingers and the syndicates of the backstreet, to now being collected by companies both large and small and nameless, like a plague. We also learned that they have become rather high priority targets for some wings out there. What happened? Yeah, the power scaling is good. What's a stronger effect in Limbus? I think Paralyze. I honestly think it's Paralyze. Oh, and bye-bye, Sync. I'm sorry I didn't see that. As luck would have it, we managed to begin our research, expedition, and collection of the monoliths much earlier than the others. Now we're already at the stage in which we may partake in the processing and the sales of these artifacts, expanding our business ventures. You could say that we narrowly avoided the very unsavory fate of having to tussle with the wings for the possession of these artifacts. Because we may have had to confront the wings directly, were that the case. Asking out of pure curiosity here, what would happen if we were ever assigned a city threat level? Ishi, how about we don't ask questions we don't ever want to find answers for? I mean, what if we, due to some contractual shenanigans, end up going against the associations? I think it'd be a good thing to know ahead of time, just in case. Seems like a question worth entertaining to me. Let's see. From Canto to Star of the City. I suppose your assignment will be somewhere between Urban Plague and Urban Nightmare. We are weak as folk, guys. Not Star of the City yet, are we? It almost sounds as if you want to be given a threat level. It is true that you, upon first sight, due to your revival powers and the potential of the identity technology, may appear to pose a rather troublesome risk. However, you have a very clear and obvious weakness. Indeed, all of our advantages will be moot upon the manager's death. Hockenheim slowly turns around to look at me, prompting Faust and the other seniors to follow suit. What if we protected them, though? I'm impressed by your optimism, given the kind of enemies you have faced thus far. We don't even need to go so far back in time to discuss the incident with the fixer Siegfried, or Big Brother Ricardo. Oh, Ricardo. I read from your reports. Should the third senior suddenly seek to attack the manager with her full might, do you truly believe that the rest of you would be enough to protect them? No. The flow of this world is that the manager will be preserved, that no such thing may come to pass. That's enough, Hockenheim. Any further divulgence, and Faust will open a disciplinary committee to discuss the consequences of your careless words. Not there yet, are we? Very well. Whichever is the case, you do have the potential to become a Star of the City threat at some time in the future, but do remember that it would be the best if you could avoid that unfortunate designation. And please, don't forget that that is only true so long as you have Limbus Company's backing. Imagine, instead of going into Star of the City, we become a city in Purgis or something like that, you know? Oh, hi, cats, how are you? Imagine Seth was classed as an urban nightmare. Just an urban nightmare? Impurity of the city, yes. Impuritas civitatis. The final checkup. Oh, look, we got a new Faust. Oh, a new Autis as well. Cool. Oh, also I have Angela. Oh, we have to do this. Get fucked, damn it.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가
Something impure. Impurities Evitatis is the last designation you get in Library of Ruina. I mean, no, she doesn't. she's just there to exist. We're almost done with the regular checkups. Finally, we have a chance for you to overcome an adversity based on what you have learned thus far. And for me to prove my hypothesis. What hypothesis is he talking about? No need to worry, my hypotheses have never been wrong, most of the time. This experiment is entirely of my own design and supervision. And I will faithfully follow my own pure curiosities and instincts as a researcher. Guys, I have a feeling we're not gonna like where this goes. Now, do you see this monolith here? Yep, I do. That's a monolith, alright, but... don't you worry. My researchers will be the ones to activate the artifact. Activate the artifact? Not on you, relax. I understand that none of you would be willing participants of this experiment. I swear, if we're going to force us to distort, saying that we have no right to refuse or something, I am gonna... Yeah, hang on. I can let you do that, even as your assistant. Yes, but if you must, we're willing to send the weakest sinner among us for... Forget I said that. That was foolish of me to say. Okay, that's good. Okay, are you asking for a smash or pass on Pablo? Who the fuck was Pablo? Have you seen my green Echo Gear ID? Hello, not yet. You just said that I should have worded it better. Okay, I will be the subject of experiment myself. You're going to distort yourself? Am I hearing you right? Are you curious to see what kind of distortion you end up becoming? I'm sure this is a question you have all entertained at least once. I mean, we kind of know what Heathcliff becomes. Probably is the cockroach you always see accompanying Gregor. Oh, thanks, Kobold. Thanks, Quetzad. Quetzad Drake. Okay. No, I am curious. It ain't a very pleasant experience either. Stop gritting your teeth like that, assistant. It'll have an adverse effect on your long-term dental health. What if you just end up turning into a Pecatolum? You could end up becoming a Pecatolum, just another one of the fodder we slaughtered or wait through for the tests earlier. You're risking that? It is indeed a possibility. It would signify nothing more than my very own limitations. Just a mediocre shell. If such an incident comes to pass, these employees will trap me to containment unit. We even made a bet on what kind of Pecatolum I would turn into. He bet on Gulai, I on Invidae, and her on Piguitiae. But how could you? Think about it like this. If I were to become a Pecatola, it would be akin to losing at a game of chance. Of course, what counts as a loss may depend on what I, at the precise time, consider to be losing. But the mere fact of turning into a Pecatolum relieves me of any value to life. I'd say he was being too hard on himself. But that felt like too simple of an explanation to describe his tone. He's shown to alter the shape on his base ID, so it's probably possible to do that. Okay, what? Oh, yeah, I'm so like, yeah, I'm special, I will distort. What are you talking about? Pablo being the sinner would be kind of funny. I want that mirror world. We can have a full 4v4, you know. Don't Google that. I didn't want to say that. Just moving on. I'd say he was being too hard on himself, but that felt like a too simple an expression to describe his tone. The company would most likely attempt to transport me to a containment unit, but I disagree with that decision. I would like to ask you to dispose of me on the spot. I am well aware that I'm not the kind of congenital person who earns other favors at first meeting, if at all. I also don't believe that our brief relationship has been the most amicable kind. Therefore, I see little reason why you would hesitate to cut me down. Of course, sinners with gentle hearts like the young Sinclair here may express certain distaste against this action. But once I become a Pecatolum, it may as well mean that Hohenheim, the entity, has ceased to be. So I hope no unnecessary emotions, like a guilt, clouds your judgment in killing the Pecatolum, a mere byproduct. But what if something unexpected happens? We're talking about your life here. Don't you have any manuals with backup plans or... This is a very simple matter. Nothing more than a coin flip. Head or tails. Oh my god. It appears that you're still insisting on your absurd 50-50 theory. I am a researcher who wishes to humiliate the field of mathematical statistics, unlike the general lay of the academia. I believe there's a certain romanticism to research. It is much more exciting to run as many tests and gain as many samples as we can than to be stuck behind a desk, poring day and night over books and paper, isn't it? If it's tails, then you may dispose of me immediately, and the employees here will take care of the rest. Don't forget to destroy the key inside that coat pocket, and the files inside my cabinets, for example. Yes, we remember. If I were to successfully distort, we would be halfway to success. For the first time, I am feeling quite the envy for you all. I wish I could be a witness to my very own distortion. Huh? If you've been paying attention to my lectures, perhaps you could even come up with a classification code for my distortion too, going by the standards we have discussed earlier. Not that I have a very high expectation that you would. I've recently come to a realization that people nodding along to my words is not a signifier of comprehension, but instead an expression of societal necessities. Nods. Oh my god. Then the manager here will open the entrance to my dungeon of the phantoms. And you will progress through the mirror dungeon, as you have always done when facing a distortion, to reach into its deepest phantoms to face my distortion once again. I wish you the best of luck in your suppression efforts. Hexa section. And once you've made it that far, it's likely that you will find me unconscious, or if luck would have it, conscious. Unconscious? Are you sure this is safe? A degree of case-by-case variance is to be expected. It may take some time for a full recovery, but it will happen, should you succeed. That reminds me, that's how this bamboo-hatted Kim was brought back as well. Bamboo-hatted Kim? He's recovered? He is safely contained within our facilities. It seems that they are ready to activate the monolith. I am confident that even as I distort, will be quite an exceptional specimen. Hang on, just like that? You're not a Picataloom. Indeed, and I can still hear them. Okay, he looks cool as fuck though. If it looks like a Hubert, is it a Hubert? Okay, I am just gonna ignore that. Yes, I remember. I still do. I know he'll be back, but gosh, this is pretty unnerving. Don't worry, we'll bring him back, no matter what. The manager says that we will bring him back, no matter what. Sure sounds like a dependable sort. This manager of yours. Very well, please take a look at this. Is this a note? Did he write us tips on how to do this or something? He says that all you have to do is read what's on this note in front of his distortion. Apparently, it's some kind of a code. I don't think he'll hear anything but ticking noises from me. Can you read these, Mersault? It will be done as you commanded. Mersault nodded, then began to read the words from the note aloud. Lobotomy Corporation, 5 minutes. Potentiality, anticipation, right hand. The moment Mersault uttered them, the all-too-familiar portal began to appear around Hohenheim's distortion, as though they were a key to a door. Scattering shards of familiar yet alien sights appeared intermittently beyond the shimmering veil. Hohenheim had already entered the portal as we stood there gawking, but we could still hear his voice echoing through the laboratory. I suppose I'll be forced to share my past here. The past I never wanted to share. The past no one cares to learn about. It is something I must endure for the sake of this experiment. However, I needn't expose every little detail of it. Wait, he was a Lobocorp employee? This motherfucker is saying we're here over discussing what furries are true, but that's kind of fake. He will look very cool though. Again, the biggest. Is me or every distortion a masterclass in design? I agree. Every distortion is cool. I'm going to keep going. It's all in the past now. Anyways, isn't it? I guess he used to work for Lobocorp. He wasn't even an agent. He was a fucking clerk. Yeah. He was not a nougat. Yeah, the distortion is a great design. Hohem is a neat design too. We're at the starting point of the Dungeon of the Fathoms. We find ourselves in a room that appears to be a workshop of ego gears. If you have scored below 100% synchronization rate in the aptitude test, take only a single ego from here. An ominous warning sign greets us all, and the same word repeats carelessly from the speaker. The seniors all go to take a look, enticed by the sign telling us that we can pick up ego gear here, but what they find, there are ego gifts. Wow, this ain't ego gear. These are them gifts or something, right? It appears that egos are manifest here in the shape of ego gifts. Can we just take them all? There is a Dungeon of the Fathoms. As it differs from the usual mirror dungeons, it is highly advisable that its rules are followed. What should we do? Flaming Gauntlet, combat boots with spiky bits on them. The cleaning solution spray! This one seems to be best suited for the situation we're in. We take Illusory Hunt. This one is great because it gives me damage up. I mean, this one is pretty straightforward if you ask me. Oh, I can only go with 6. Sure, that's fine. Why? Should have taken the boots. It buffs your issues and hunger. I thought it was the Pierce boots. But anyways, it's fine. What's going on with them? Good. It appears that I can censor this with my own will, at least to a degree. Your mission here is to classify my distortion, reach the end of this dungeon of the Fathoms, and bring me back. Your mission, however, does not involve digging into my past. It appears that we have a passing familiarity with this place. You, us. What is it that they seek to convey? No, they're wearing ego gear. They were nuggets. Oh, I didn't know that. The 6-2. I don't believe any level of proper communication will be feasible, given that you are in a dungeon of the Fathoms. Well, then do something about it. I regret to tell you that the settings of this dungeon is out of my hands. Had it been up to me, I would have manifested a place that was much more fascinating than this, like the library. Fabled to have every book in existence. He has been in the library? He's been in Lobocorp and the library? You used to work for the Lobotomy Corporation? One of my past careers, yes. Us. Diplomacy did not seem to be an option here. The censored people brandished their weapons, threateningly, and stood in our path. Looks like we're going to have to take them down if we want to make any progress here. It can't be helped. Let's get ready for a fight. No, he wasn't at the library. Yeah, because that means that he was one of the nuggets that was also the library, and that would be fucking insane. Can the SCP coffee machine give me goth girls? No, it can only provide fucking juices. I think they're wearing Lantern Ego gifts. Lantern Ego gear.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Did I read the dialogue? Yeah, I read the dialogue. It said, yes, if I could have chosen, I would have chosen the library.
개체가 유리한 조건을 이용하고자 하는 징조가 보입니다만.
Unless it was talking of a different library, you know?
그 지시만 있다면 그다지 위협적이진 않을 것.
Yes, I don't know why would you ask for that, but yes.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Well, at least she's doing great.
적
It can serve any liquid.
관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고
Or anything in the form of a liquid.
있죠. 효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다.
How are you losing clashes against these guys? I don't know.
입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
They are losing clashes, not me. Also, this is not a focused fight, so...
크게 지시겠어.
Okay, bye-bye cards. See you soon. Ah, okay.
갑자기 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나 넌 후렴을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 갑자기 이 정도 탕류의 허덕은 넌 후렴을 틔울
Finally, nice. That was good damage. Good damage, guys. I always thought that the... We came across a group of researchers passionately poring over various documents. They're having a debate about two subjects, emotions and flame. Regular flames don't seem to hurt the abnormalities very much. So why does this work, I wonder? Perhaps a greater degree of wrathful emotions open up the room for the fire's heat to touch abnormalities and distortions, both entities of the unknown. They must have noticed us listening in their conversation intently. One of them approaches us with a glint in their eyes. Are you the sample who's agreed to take this experiment? If so, try this on. In the researcher's hands was what looked like an ignition plug, or a testing machine of sorts. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that should be easy. Perfect. Oh, what an interesting reaction. Decent synchronization rate as well. Maybe the researcher liked what they saw. After describing their observations into various papers, the researcher let Don Quixote go. Don Quixote took off the gear and presented it before the researcher to return it, but they simply shook their head in response. The gear seems to fit you perfectly. Take it with you. Reignition plug.
지금은 성공했지만 앞으로는 어떨지.
Okay, cool, but we don't have fire identity, so that's kind of sad. I think that my biggest issue at this moment is SP generation, you know? So, how do we know this guy actually distorted? He doesn't sound any different from his usual self. The sanity degradation due to distortion affects every subject differently. I mean, yes, but censoring his own fathoms? But Hockenheim, you're in a dungeon of the fathoms. We will see through it with Dante's powers, whether you want it to show us or not. You make a fair assessment. How about this then? If you're to see them anyways, allow me to save you the trouble and give you a quick rundown instead. Come visit me as soon as you finish watching my tale. This tale began when that man walked into my laboratory. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Yes, I had a personal laboratory all to myself. One of the few perks of being an elite researcher. It's from Lobocorp. This guy's just telling us the story however he wants to, isn't he? Mr. Hohenheim. Let me think. I don't quite remember what he looked like. Something like this, perhaps? Oh my god. He's really bad with faces, I guess. Whichever is the case, I was planning to censor his appearance anyways. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. Stop. Are you here to express your displeasure with me? But what now? If you are, do let me know from the get-go. I had a feeling it was about time this would happen. 3 months are not a bad record for working without a workplace conflict. Oh, if this is about quitting, then you would find a much better audience amongst the human resources team. Oh, thanks! I don't know what a TBHB is, but a lot. Thanks W Crop Warp Train for the donation. Thanks for the super chat. I don't know what 40 THB is, to be 100% honest. I'll check it out later, but thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks for choosing W. Warp train. Enjoy it. Thanks. I'll take a warp train. Or maybe not, but don't tell him. Because we all know that warp trains are absolutely safe. They are not. But yeah, I will use those 40 THB to just board into a warp train and go to different places of the city. No, I will not. But don't tell them, okay? Anyways, moving on. No, I mean, I'm just here to thank you for picking me, some dude from the backstreets, to work here. I heard it was you who made the hiring decision. I don't know how to put this, but you're the only one who saw what's the word? Yeah, my potentiality. You saw something that no one cared to look into before. Know what I mean? But it had nothing to do with something so grandiose like his potentiality. A wing does not hire people from the backstreets for something so insignificant. Well, this information has never been publicly available. Lobotomy Corporation's primary criterion was trauma. We hire people with trauma so we can scare them. It's absolutely funny. It's so fucking funny. We here at Lobocorp see your trauma, laugh ourselves to death, and put you with abnormalities. So you crap your pants and create a lot of energy. Thanks for trusting Lobocorp. Candidates with horrible, insurmountable trauma were often favored by the company. And in an indirect way, it was only natural that they would begin to favor candidates who originate from the backstreets. Your greetings are acknowledged, Jimmy. Now feel free to leave my office. I am Jimmy. Anyways, I've been meaning to ask Mrs. Hohenheim, why do you always enjoy being alone? It may come as a surprise to you, but I am very adept at spending my time all on my own. It is one of the 100 of distinguishing features that set me apart from ordinary men. Say, don't you need someone to be like your loyal right-hand man? My right hand is doing just fine. Thank you very much. Do you believe in potentialities, Hohenheim? What an unrelenting stubborn employee he was. Even in hindsight. Thanks to you, I do. And I've been thinking, if I keep at it, one day I might even find myself living large in a nest, charging my words little by little. Kind of like how a thing like me manages to snag a position here at Lobotomy Corporation. So I am thinking here that I want to stick around in your circle. To bring about such drastic changes to one's life is in the realm of feasibility for an exceptional researcher like myself, indeed. But you are, like most of the rebel, painfully average in most qualities, and therefore unlikely to be moving force in that change. I have no faith in universal things like potentialities. I have faith in myself and myself alone. Besides, I'm not very partial to mathematical statistics, like the probability theory anyways. So I would like to keep both my right and left hands as my own. Have a nice day. Wow. He's an asshole. He's such an asshole. But I kind of understand him. Want to know something about me? No. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really think about things. Actions before deliberation. You get me? Thoughtless and carefree. Possibly the only merit to be found in those who originate from the backstreets. Or was that a thin, veiled threat of physical assault? No, I'm talking about the new avenue that just got shipped here. It's a tricky one to manage, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, it reads your mind, screwing up all kind of strategies, or whatever, as long as it's based on hard logic. Want to shoot for the Department of the Year award together? You seem to be rather skilled in the art of transactions. One of the few merits found in those who originate from the backstreets. I will admit, I suppose I was overcome by a certain ennui back then. And in hindsight, it was foolish of me to engage in such inane conversations. You let us... the remnants of my past come to haunt us. Perhaps it is I whom they truly wish to hurt. Oh my god. How is this guy so vividly sane after distorting?
사실 이런 보모구실은 제가 아니라 세피라들의
일기당치.
역할이긴 하죠. 관리자님도 알다시피
I have Angela. I think Angela works here very well since we're in Lobocorp. Yeah, okay, yeah. The only problem is that we really needed a little bit more SP. We got the SP, so now it's time to clash good.
성을 입혔군요. 관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠. 저는 효율적인 기초로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참,
Okay, so
기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
예상 못했나 봐.
that's fine.
잘 생각해보라고.
I really thought that we were at the end of the LCB checkup.
튀울 수도.
If I thought we were gonna have to wait 1 extra hour for this, I would have just said that in the thumbnail. Luckily, we can finish this quickly. I guess. I hope. Oh my god! How are you fucking losing this shit?
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
I've never seen him. Well, not never, but
튀울 수도.
he rarely loses a fucking clash. Like that was absolutely wild. Losing a clash. God damn it. It's finally here, the Department of the Year award. Indeed, I have finally done it. With some minor assistance from you, of course, and some other employees. Come on, admit it. Don't you notice that a lot more employees are saying hello, good morning, and what have you to you in the hallway compared to when your reputation was a bit, you know? It's all because I'm just that good as a right-hand man. I will admit that your intuitive and spontaneous eye was of some assistance when it came to identifying certain observation among abnormalities. This is the potentiality I was talking about, man. The same thing you saw in me when you decided to get me on board. Apologies for ruining the moment, but the next few years quickly and busily flew by without much trouble. Of course, we picked up ourselves a few more departments of the year awards, some promotions, and some collaborative research. Yet all things must come to an end. The infamous fall of Lobotomy Corporation, for one. You left us. So I don't suppose you have any trouble hazarding that they are all telling me, even as the words come out fragmented. You left us. Nothing but words of endless resentment. You left us behind. The fall of the former L Corp. I remember what Miss Yuri told us. The site crumbled in an instant, trapping the employees in there with the abnormalities. What? What is this sound? The whole structure is quaking. What the hell is... Initiating site burial in 100 seconds. Any remaining employees must immediately evacuate the structure. Counting down. The escape pod to the surprise are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying that the next one is in 5 minutes? Listen closely. At the risk of sounding rather callous, I must inform you that the chances of survival in cases of crisis such as this is usually granted only to a very small minority of those affected. Some who prioritizes the fairness of the process may settle on primitive methods such as drawing lots to see who gets to escape. And in more barbaric groups, the survivor would be decided by none other than the rule of might. However, I'm glad to find myself amongst those who are on the side of intelligence, so I make this argument, suggestion before you. Compare yourself, whose sole final purpose in life is clinging to your mediocre office job and making good on your debt payments. And me, who has produced several groundbreaking epoch pieces and researchers, result at such an early age, whose life in your eye is of great worth. Yes, and that is how this tale ends. The compound collapsed 90 seconds later. I left employees of my department behind and boarded the escape pod elevator and survived. How could you? Without even a hint of remorse? Wrath is a hideous emotion. I am here today only because I have always maintained a cold, rational head. The L Corp branch within Hockenheim's dungeon of the Fathoms begins to crumble. It almost appears as though his heart was crumbling as well. Well, now that's over with, I invite you to come face me, the distortion, and the experiment will come to an end. But just finding and defeating this distortion in a fight, I don't think that'll bring him back. I just know it. I agree. We're still in deep waters here. This can't possibly be all there is to it. I shook my rat yesterday. I'm gonna take the hard fight though. 40 THB is about $1. It's still a donation. If I can take how's it called? A warp train for $1, I will be very happy. And welcome back. But bottom path for rupture. You have to say that before I pick my things, you know? We see the Ardor Blossom Moth within the containment unit. Small crimson particles of flame surrounds it like an aura. The flaming wings die out one moment, only to roar vigorously in the next. An incessant attempt to set fire to everything around it. What a beautiful specimen, this Ardor Blossom Moth. Have you finished your observations? We've been learning a lot about the abnormality recently. There's still a lot of unknowns, but still. Speaking of which, here's a pop quiz. What ego gift can you get from Ardor Blossom Moth? Health Thirst Fighter Drip. Right on the money. You know your Ardor Blossom Moth. But that's not all. Recently, it's been giving us these things too. Take this with you. I'm just glad to have run into a kindred soul. You received a burning flickering flame. It seems to have come directly from the Ardor Blossom Moth itself. Oh, this is a new one. Gift of Embers. You told me when I was already inside, because the stream is a little bit lagging behind, so it's not your fault. Shit happens, you know? Shit happens. I guess, but I haven't seen them in the mirror dungeon. Maybe they appear if you are... how's this called? Maybe they appear in the pack of this, you know? Yeah, once you beat the Intervallo. That makes sense. Pecatulum! I love win rating Pecatulum. Pecatulum are so fucking bad.
적에게 치명상을 입혔군요. 관리자
Oh my god, he rolled so poorly. What the fuck?
대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠. 저는 언제나 옳은
Angela, shut the fuck up. You talk too much. I didn't think Angela was gonna be such a chatter, you know? Yap. Yapper, I mean. She yaps way too much.
개체에게 일격을 가하는데 성공했습니다. 샴페인을 가져오기엔 너무 이른 타이밍이긴 하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝나면 모두의 희생을 기리며 축배를
I wonder what level they are, you know? I thought they were gonna be level 50, but apparently they're level 55. Probably. Or probably not. No, they should be level 50. Why is it warning me then that I'm low level? If I have... Oh! It's because my other guys are kind of level like 1 or 2.
개체가 다소 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다.
Yeah, they're level 50.
이 기회를 효과적으로
Really? Guys, please don't pile everybody on a single fucking guy.
마감이
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
이제 깨우치시게.
And we won. Not bad at all. We're, well, 4 levels higher than these guys. I can't believe they're giving us issues. I'm gonna go up, because this one usually gives us good things. Unless I'm picking every single thing that I should or not pick. But we're still higher level, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. I haven't seen these ones in a while. They're not hard.
자, 누구 하나 살려주지 마라.
꿰뚫려라. 이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 아직 멀겠지만.
도끼를 본다. 저 해충들을
Something wrong. That sounded very wrong.
틈을 뚫어
Very fucking wrong.
묘한 속성을 정확하게 간파했습니다.
길을 열어.
예상만큼
That thing is receiving no damage. How fucking annoying.
관리하지 못했습니다. 개체의 정보까지 일일이 읽어드리는 기능을 바라시는지 미처 몰랐거든요.
Oh my god, they're receiving no damage. This is really fucking annoying. God damn it. No, don't say it like that. My god, cats. Please stun it already. God fuck. I want to kill that one first. Finally.
따뜻한 엎드리도록.
Really? I got good? Fuck, I got good. That thing decided to goo me.
일격을 가하는데 성공했습니다. 샴페인을 가져오기엔 너무 이른 타이밍이긴 하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝나면 모두의 희생을 기리며
Dominating and neutral.
것도 나쁘지 않겠죠.
Actually, this one goes here. Okay, let's go.
목을 콱 물어보자고.
It's a wonder his issues are uptight at all. What are you saying? My issues are uptight 4. What the fuck are you talking about? Most of them, actually. Most of them. Oh man, I don't know why you're lagging. Oh, those two, yeah, those two are not uptight.
직원들이 우세한 환경에 있습니다.
Should I uptie them?
관리자님이
Should I uptie everybody to the max level of uptie? That's the real question.
틀어 신뢰라고 부른다고 하더군요.
Why are they so fucking low on everything? Uptie 5 of them. But that wasted resources. I don't know if I will keep the he shoes next season.
대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다.
I have no idea why he's negative, to be honest.
기계는 입에 발린 말
But if we keep him negative, that's good for us. At the end of this hallway, a group of researchers is having a discussion in front of an unnaturally dark place. Noticing our presence, their faces brightening up as they approach us. Please, will you investigate this area ahead of us? We will help with the best of our abilities, should you accept. Okay, let's do this. Cool. I love to see some proper enthusiasm. Yes, I like your attitude. Take this with you. It'll help you in your investigations. After handing us the gear, the researchers walked up to the sceners and began examining them. Once they were finished, the sceners were all in tip-top shape again. Oh, full HP. Regular operation gear.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 수는 없으니.
Cool. Limbus Company identities. Limbus Company identities. Oh, we don't have Limbus Company identities, right? We're fucked.
라만 차렘들을 뒤엎는다.
And ours is cracked. This is our uptide too. No, everybody here is at least uptide 3, by the way. We arrived at the entrance of Hohenheim's laboratory. This may be my final order for you. Either suppress me and return safe and sound to where you came from, or fail the suppression, place me in a containment unit, and perhaps we can observe what happens next. That's when Heathcliff suddenly strode forward. Hohenheim, do you still believe in that potentiality? Ooh. I wish I had like 3D glasses. I bet his ass distortion would look great in 3D, you know? I do. It's what keeps me going. You only hire researchers from the backstreets, don't you? I heard from him earlier. They told me that you're a right pompous bloke, but thanks to you, they can continue to research and believe that there might be things in the world that's worth working towards. Oh. Yeah, errors at least of type 3. Look, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. Just 2 are not.
아, 이런. 이것도 녹음되고 있는지는 미처 몰랐네요.
Yeah, they're negative. I can't let them do this. I need to use this shit. Now is the time.
먹을 콱 물어.
Check his very fun passives. I'll check that after I clash, okay?
저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어라.
I love the music. The music is very good.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Oh my god, he's so low. She's about to fucking distort. That will heal them.
승리할 거예요.
I love how it's a remix of the main theme of Lobocorp. Yeah, I know. Sounds great.
사실 이런 보모구실은
Okay.
아니라
They are somewhat getting positive now.
님도 알다시피 저는 언제나 수십
Sadly, I need to keep getting them higher up, or these will go poorly fast. Let's go like this.
어쩌겠지 잘 생각해보라고.
Love how it's already okay. I forgot to read the passives. That was my fault. Okay, that was my fault. Yeah, it sounds great.
모든 결과들은
We go boom. That deals no damage basically. Look, with this we should have
이 수많은
a lot of good things going on for us, you know?
소원 무엇인가?
Okay, cool. Okay, let me read the passives. Object of observation. Okay, what's this? Turn start gain 3 stacks, starting from the turn after this unit gained this effect. Gain 1 stack every time this unit takes or deals damage with an attack skill against distorted Hohenheim. Take damage from enemies, deal damage, but on hit take stack of damage dealt HP damage. I don't understand that, too much words. What about this guy? Fragile, okay. Encounters, apply 1 subject of observation. I don't understand the subject of observation, to be 100% honest. But okay. Establish hypothesis. On turn 3, gains a new pattern and prepares to use a powerful attack. After turn 3 is over, the buff effect activates when this unit has 30 plus poise count at turn end. If this unit did not take any HP damage during the preparation period, before using this powerful skill, don't take any HP damage during the preparation period. Rarely hands the skill. Gain 1 poise potency every time this unit deflects damage with an attack skill. Gain 1 poise. Gain burn. Siphon 10 SP from targets that turn in. Okay, just panic, resets to 0. Oppression, it's poison, tremor, poison, tremor, poison, tremor. That's fine. Hello, Capo. I will start setting this shit up. The SP passive is the most annoying for the story fights. Yeah.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
엎드리도록.
물론고 꺾고 제차.
But we have dealt a lot of damage.
정확하게 간파했습니다. 제 예상만큼
Okay, bye bye.
관리자님의 능력이
Capo.
우수하다는 것이 증명되는 것 같아. 다행히
I just want to finish this shit.
어떤 시간과 공간에 계시는 관리자님이 들을진 몰라도 그때로
Consume half a potency.
음원을 녹음해야 한다는 거군요. 아 이런, 이것도 녹음되고 있는지는 미처 몰랐네요.
There we go. Let's beat the shit out of this guy.
어쩌겠지 잘 생각해보라고.
Okay, wishing Cairn.
자, 빌어보세. 이 돌이 기꺼이 그대에게 가서.
He still has 3? Fucking insane. What plays your mind, manager? Your suppression effort seems to be smooth sailing. It is exactly as you have seen, manager, save for a few parts that were censored. I concealed nothing from your view. I don't believe I have committed any wrong by escaping that place alone, leaving the others to be buried here. Of course, it may be reprehensible from a moral standpoint, but why would anyone ever look at it from that perspective, manager? Especially when you are well aware that, in the city, such a perspective is entirely irrelevant and worthless. I can feel his gaze on me. Like he said, the suppression is going well, but this feels wrong. That it shouldn't end like this. What should I tell him? What is Hohenheim trying to hide from us? You're running away from something. There is another side of that story you're not told me. What if you do feel what you did was wrong? There is another side to that story you've told me. I think this one is. Because we don't want to lose SP. I think losing SP is the worst part of this fight. If I was relaying my word to Hohenheim, another side to my story is that, indeed, that is quite feasible. You are correct. That another side is what oft gets lost in the process of obsessing over specious concepts like the fathoms and the heart. Speaking from a consequential point of view, perspective provided by one's memory is narrow by nature. Even in the fathoms, the deepest part of one's heart, where many believe lies nothing but the empirical, absolute truth, we are still capable of lying. Fascinating, isn't it? They call it metacognitive error. Some call it unconscious bias as well. I see. You argue that the story I have shown you was simply a fabrication. Indeed, I have not shared any perspectives from my employees, but there is no way by which we may verify them anyway. Isn't it obvious why that is? They are all buried underground, bereft even of their final words. I could finally understand, at least to a degree, what Virgilius and Don Quixote have been telling me. Though there was nothing to call a human face remaining in his distorted form, I think I caught a glimpse of loneliness from Hohenheim's expression. God damn it! Let's dance. Really? Really? Kidding me with that shit? Wow. Just wow. My god, guys. Why? Okay, finally.
대부분 분야에서 저는 최고의 성능을 내는 AI지만 응원은 조금 더 준비 시간이 필요합니다.
Okay, he's in his self-doubt form.
일단
That means that we will be able to gain SP again. Oh my god. Why do you roll so poorly, Don Quixote? God damn it. Rolled like fucking shite. Kind of agree with you.
일기당천.
Never's ego spam. Well, this one works, you know. We need more SP. Because everybody's doing a fucking awful job at keeping the SP up. Well, he's at 40. Hungry's at 40 again. Okay, now he's starting to do good clashes. Please, Don Quixote. You're at 20. How the fuck are you? Oh, he got staggered as well.
상태가 좋지 않은 직원이 보입니다. 높은 확률로 곧 치명상을 입을 수도 있겠군요. 관리자님의 냉철한 판단력이 필요할 때입니다.
I am losing one of this chase. Okay, let's win this shit.
물어버리자.
Put him in their grid. No! You would become so fucking crazy so fucking fast.
곱게 접은 종이에 번졌으니
This one gives me more ego resources, so that's good.
용태여 빈 벼루에 남았구나.
Just fighting against the fucking shield. How annoying.
모든 걸 걷어들일.
That should leave me in positive, perhaps? Well, that's all I can do.
말로 부족했지. 잘 생각해보라고. 저 행수들을 도려내.
The Hishu pack.
물론고.
Mayor's boss fight flashbacks. Yeah, Mayor's was bad.
길을 열어라.
I honestly think that Mayor's was worse than this guy.
따뜻한.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
개체의 정보와는 상반되는 공격으로 인해 제압 소요 시간이 증가하였습니다.
Oh my fucking god.
한다는 행위가 관리자님에게는 다소 어려운 작업인가 보군요. 데이터를 갱신하죠.
Bam, fucking. Yeah, that shield was insane. Yeah, that's favored. You can try with that one.
물어버리자.
떨궈주마.
Okay.
가슴 것은 가장
We got this shit.
박히도록.
Okay, who died? Oh, nobody died yet. That's fine. Never mind, Gregor died. There's even more where this was. Okay. It seems that there is something else you would like to tell me. Very well. You may go ahead and ask. I'm prepared to answer any of your questions. I can feel Hohenheisen's gaze lingering on me. Yeah, get the magic bullet ego. That's good. I think the ego is better if you have another Autis ID, you know? You're running away from something. If I was relating my words to Hohenheim, running away? An interesting point. But allow me to retort, my choice was not to run away, to deny and evade what has happened. It's too pathological. And evade what has happened is too pathological a choice, isn't it? I'm very well aware that the only way to solve a problem is to face it head on, which is another aspect of myself that sets me apart from the common man. When an issue arises, or, in very rare cases, were I to find myself in a tumult of emotional nature, I first attempt to establish a logical explanation. I reconstruct what was perceived and regulate my emotions. Expressing fury and anger is a plain waste of resources. But I must admit one thing. Now that I have conducted some level of cold introspection, I will admit that it wasn't entirely mature of me to censor so much of my fathoms. Of course, this does not mean that I will now remove the censored memories. My ego is not so feeble as to be shaken by a few words. I didn't really understand most of what Hohenheim was talking about, but I can't shake this thought that everything he's been saying was just an effort to distance himself from his own emotions.
직원 중 하나의 생체 반응이 사라졌습니다. 앞으로 관리자님이 겪게 될 사소한 것 중
Guess who just arrived?
그들 역시 입사했을 때부터 각오하던 일이죠.
Let's go!
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Beautiful, beautiful. Or maybe Autism dies if she shoots her fucking 7th bullet. Oh, okay. I should be getting her eagle then as well. I wonder which Ishmael Tremor ID is better. Zwei or Jeong? As a Tremor, Zwei. As an ID, maybe Jeong. Okay, here's a staggered. Deal them the final blow. I also got a Jeong on one of the tin pulls. Oh, Grief. Nice, nice job. Very nice job. Very lucky.
기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Okay, that was not that hard. Honestly, the worst part was that two of my IDs started with mine was like 30 SP, and that was awful. The escape pods to the surface are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying that the next one is in 5 minutes. Look, I don't actually believe you hired me because you saw my potential or something like that. But I want to believe that you found the hope in potentialities because of me. A hope, an anticipation that we can make things better as long as we keep at it. I can leave you all behind. I can't just save my skin not without everyone. This is what a right-hand man does, isn't it? Take my potentiality you found and rise. Take it with you to the surface. But Johan, what about you? Well, maybe next time, some other time. Wrath is a hideous emotion. That is why I did nothing at the entrance of that branch. Only remembering nothing more. Remembering the ones I've left behind. I can sense the dungeon of the Fathoms slowly beginning to close. Sometime later. That was an interesting one. So he was not that asshole, you know? And nice Griff. Oh my god. Ah, I've returned, safe and sound. Welcome back, boss. Aye, to be frank, I once wished to be someone like yourself, Heathcliff. What are you talking about? We don't want Heathcliff to be like Heathcliff. Because it's not easy to put my faith, not in games of numbers, but in those slimest potentialities of the world, and continue to exist. I know it's not very befitting a researcher to be so, but it is quite a romantic attitude for a human to embody, is it not? Well, the experiment is over. It was a huge success. All thanks to us, right? No, it was a failure. I had established this hypothesis that the sole answer was to hold a firm belief in the self, and nothing else. Had my hypothesis been correct, I would have remained a distortion. Thus, I would like to extend my gratitude to you, to all of you. Thanks you for making me fail. It seems that the classification for my distortion was He5SU. Disappointingly mediocre, but I don't suppose it can be helped. The world is a place where we must find the ray of potentiality among the mediocre, after all. Let us move on now. Mephistopheles is preparing to depart. Hockenheim's researchers waved at us. We'll meet again, right? You know, thank you. Everything has an end, so do consider this to be your final meeting. Down to the last exchange of this guy. The last thing we saw before the portal activated were the LCE researchers pushing up their glasses in our general direction. Though, it only taken a step or two, the entire world around us seemed to transform, landing us back inside the transportation instrument. Now that I think about it, we didn't even get to learn why Gregor's bones made those cracking noises. Well, all we learned from this experience is that the sinners have all become mediocre, but they each held certain potentialities within themselves. Each of us mulling over the events at LCE, we returned to the bus where Shalon and Virgilius were waiting for us. I feel sad for Hockenheimer, you know? Yeah, I can tell now he's horribly traumatized.
또 한 줄 기를 남겼군.
That was easy.
세월이 지나면
It is time for Nocturnal Sweeping, guys. It's time for Nocturnal Sweepings.
홍무가 뭘
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys! Happy New Year! Ah, Dante, any idea where the leftover cake from yesterday went? No idea. I mean, why would I know? I can't even eat. Darn. Did Donkey already get her paws on him? Roria rubbed her eyes, muttered something about how we should have partied in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after the various incidents at the LCE. The seniors all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city, but annual celebrations for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their cultures together. They began floating the idea of a New Year's party and... Excellent, then permit me the honor of hosting the banquet. With her usually overdramatic boast, coupled with a familiar twinkle in her eyes, Don Quixote declared that there would be indeed a New Year's party, and thus it was decided. Again, after all the hell we went through with the backdoor and whatnot for the out-of-season Christmas celebration. Yet I must insist, for 'twas but an effort to decorate the bus, the intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Don Quixote glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head. Oh, don't worry about me, really. Well, 'tis true that mine actions had brought thee quite the distress, unintentionally, I might add. Thus I ask thee, wouldn't thou not agree that a communal event to mark the occasion might freshen both our spirits and bodies? I can't even begin to imagine her amnesiac self even talking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it. But I guess with memory came tact. You know, it's our first new year together. It sure is an occasion for a celebration, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding to really mark the transition to a new year, right? It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year's in company of one another. This is indeed a cause for celebration. A bowl of noodles before the last night of year fades. Classic. Such bubbling enthusiasm from ye warmeth mine own heart. Forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books, fireworks most brilliant, enough delicacies too. Sharon, when's our next stop? Memphis will be running non-stop for 3 days at least. Only dum-dums stop on a fast road. So she says. Virgilius muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. Bye. For next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared mere the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Rhodia brought out the cake and cookies she'd stashed in her room, so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. Why? I will make that one a little bit expensiver. My god. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy yourself. This way you will never win the fucking gambles at the end of the month, you know? After that, we all stayed up together, watched the New Year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold, then retired to sleep. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. Oh right. Fuck. There was a behemoth of a structure, bizarre in its presence, and its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. Yeah, I mean, she's great. Rhodey is absolutely fucking goated. H Corp. The seniors began to voice their surprise, appropriately so, as what came into view was different from any of the nests we'd passed by on our journey thus far. Is that massive structure all one building? If that whole thing's the nest, then where the hell are the back streets? That's big enough to cover H Corp's territory and then some. Well, there he goes again, asking dumb questions without even ever taking a peep at the guidebook. That's not the nest. That huge box you see over there, that's District 8. We call it Hongyeon, the vast garden, here at H Corp. The nest lies within the center of the structure, and the back streets without. So they squeeze the entire population of this district in there? Do they just not get a ray of sunlight all year round? Well, at least they won't have to worry about the rain. Prithia, avail me a sight as well. As the seniors began to gather, one by one, at the other side of the bus, steered awake from their late night rest, I felt my gaze drop upon Honglu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face, worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Honglu, but the stories about his past home life we've heard throughout the year, whenever he felt like sharing them, were all consistently and terribly depressing. It's not such a bad place when you actually try living here for a while. But his lips ever so slightly curled upwards into a kindly and relaxed smile. Are we making the same expression as ever? An expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference? Like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people a pause? But actually no, I'm not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job at this moment is to keep a close eye on Honglu, more so than usual. And if the time comes for me to help him, as the manager, I'll give it my all. Besides, whoa, this thing's even bigger up close. Verily, I carried no recollection of a structure so grand, even in the past adventures of mine. If my efforts aren't enough, I know I can trust the seniors to lend me a hand. Redeem as bird. Oh god. Yes, there's a lot of things that you can redeem. The god, no, the god is awful. Hey, let me see too. I collected my thoughts and approached the seniors, who were flattened up against the glass window to get a good view. That thing is huge. Seems very depressing though. Oh wait guys, I forgot about something. Wait, what did I miss? Oh no, I didn't miss anything. Okay, perfect. How much do we have? Okay, we need a little bit more. Idiot grin. Why do you treat me like that, Ishmael? Why? Can't you be a little bit nicer to me? It's just a face I remember. Sadistic grass. Once we left the bus. Oh man, can't believe we had to get off the bus here. We have to make a formal complaint against H Corp for this crap. What the hell were they thinking, doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of the highway that leads straight into the nest? Many causes there may be such construction projects, yet perhaps an early warning sign here or approach to the side would have been sensible at the were it not for young Sharon's most valiant drifting, I shudder to even imagine the terrible possibilities. It would have been a most awful end to an adventure. It's no surprise that the seniors all had a piece of their minds to speak. As we drove up to the entryway, we unexpectedly came across a mess so badly put together, steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Sharon quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown out like ragdolls. Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads into the city, right? I bet Sharon would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange. But looks like we'll be going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's so dark in here. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by the faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious that we found ourselves in the back streets of H Corp. It looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's not different from other back streets inside, eh? Yep, it's a familiar sight. Gotta say, it's getting real old. I ask Lee, is the nest of this district shrouded in such darkness as well? No, these particular sites are limited to the back streets of District 8. The back streets of this district weren't very different from the ones we've visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring at ground with some sickness of discomfort. Things all too common in every corner of the city. There was one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. They're kind of reminding me of the former G-Corp soldiers back at District 4. What do you mean? You mean those fellas? The growths on their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetics. Some of them had odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin as well. Not at all, Manager Bud. Look, they haven't all mutated in the same pattern, like into an insectoid form, for example. Well, I guess I should commend you for not looking at them through a biased lens. You are observing the aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment. Oh, so this is where the rumors about that bluish healing ointment came from, huh? Apparently they can cure any flesh wound after just one night dressed in bandages. It seems that certain misconception must be addressed. They are the variations of H-Corp singularity, the bolus. Oh my god, the balls, guys. We're going to go for the balls. This is where the Chinese gets fucking serious. Oh. The bolus? She's likely referring to medicines brewed and annealed into ball-shaped pills. Thanks. I hate that one. Fuck. Scare the crap out of me. Correct. H Corp, or the Huangyuan Bioengineering Group, manufactures boluses that contains essences of treatment. The boluses may be taken orally, ground with water into a paste and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water, soaked into bandages, and wrapped around the necessary area of treatment. Guys, I something of that description remind me of this. Let me show you. I don't know why my mind went here. Have you seen this ad? It's a real ad, by the way.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on is available without a prescription at retailers nationwide.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Okay, that's the only thing I wanted to show you. I don't know why they said boluses and just make it into a paste and apply directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead. Oh my god. Moving on. I guess rumors transform as they travel. When there's a yogurt ad where there's a large ass spoon that licked himself. Oh god, guys, have you ever seen this one? Have you seen this one? This one is terrifying. I cannot even see it. I am leaving. Bye bye. I'm not watching this shit. I am absolutely not watching this shit.
Glistening.
Hi, Sonia.
And how I shine. And how my pores are so clean and clear.
This is awful. This is absolutely fucking terrifying. That is my nightmares.
Little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light
it's
on my
awful.
feet. I spring from
I hate it so much.
to activity. I love my job.
Who thought that this was a good idea?
When you eat little baby's ice cream,
What is
you'll
this
wink
shit?
and nod and hug and
This shit.
high-five each
Look,
other.
no,
with great
please. No,
enthusiasm.
I don't want to see it.
This is a special time.
Little baby's ice
Little
cream.
baby's ice cream.
Thanks.
Ice cream is a feeling.
Okay, Midnight Trove. Hello, Midnight Trove. Toggle Uwu turns on the VTuber instead of my real face, by the way. Hello, average viewer. Fun fact, the ice cream man isn't entirely covered in ice cream. He's covered in marshmallow fluff. Oh, okay. But okay, that was terrifying. I guess rumors transform as they travel. Like that. Thanks, guys. Oh, I see. I was just thinking about how they do things back at the K-Corp. The focus of the K-Corp's technology is the reversal of recovery of one's conditions, returning to the original state, is the key word in their treatment. It is no rare sight to find unique techniques and technologies developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatment are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, they focus on selecting the appropriate technique from a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their statuses. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative description of their method of treatment. So that's what Canto treated? The crowd Sinclair was pointing at certain appeared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. They must be the regulars. Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Mirsault, but from Honglu. The regulars? Yes, I've heard of them as a child. People who've grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of their mystical treatments. The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways. It is highly likely that the interoperation conflicts or issues will arise when applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body. At least it's a cheaper alternative for people who didn't sign up for the life insurance. You speak of life insurance? Yes, life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon the event of their death. So the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the Head's taboos. The Head does not consider the revival via life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrection taboo. It is likely that on a technical level, this revival is actually categorized as brain resuscitations, as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradations of its functions considered, of course. Another failed downside of this technology is that, unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there's a risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Losses, huh? So maybe some of their mutations could be more than just the side effects of these treatments. Maybe, but I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so... After all, who would sign up for insurance if using its services could reduce them to such pitiful states? Yeah, they appear pathetic and pitiful to your rich bastards, don't they? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself. Identify yourself. The stranger's voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. We turned around to find a large group of people who were clearly up to no good. You must be the young master of that high and mighty Gia family, eh? I can tell just by looking at your pretty face. Your friends, Honglu? No, I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the backstreets, so... Nope. I've never met them before. Straight from U-Corp, okay. I headed the fight midnight. Okay. My gosh, my fucking cat was... Oh my god. Poor thing. Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing gods in a whole different world from us plebs. Huh? Not that it matters. We're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarchy evaluation. The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding. There's quite a lot of them. We're not off to a great start here, huh, man? Actually, no. I'd be a violation of our office core values to jump them like we're some common thugs. Bok Shen, third son of the 3X office, challenged Jia Baoyu of the Jia family to a duel. Is it not Honglu? Or wager, will be that the winner can take anything they want from the loser. Wait, what do you mean a duel? Duel? It's time for you can see my hand. Hand, hello. Duel. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let the avatar do whatever they want. I have heard tale that duels of the honorable fixers of the Sikh Association Eastern Branch announced their intent to duel by stating their affiliation and name instead of casting their gauntlets. And the pamphlet that young Ishmael had presented before me earlier presented the truth that the 3X office is indeed an office of the East, though they are indeed of lesser quality. This is a true, genuine, accurate declaration of a duel that we behold. Sigh. So, it's just a fancy way of saying 1v1 me, let's go edit. 1v1 me, brah. 1v1 me. You will not win. Yeah, for great. Esgo, it's hell. Don't even try Esgoing me, okay? I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. What do you think, Faust? Agreed. This individual does not seem to possess any particular exceptional skills that may pose difficulties for Honglu. I think it's gonna be okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. You sure this is okay? I don't think you're going to lose against him, but, you know, just in case. No worries, I have some childhood experience with duels myself. I've done about 10 of them, I think. So the rich boy dabbed in some duels. Has he? It's... I think you misunderstand. I meant to say that I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes let me skip them, so it might have been slightly fewer than on some other days. What? I, Honglu of Limbus Company. No. I value the G family. Accept this duel. Honglu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there, in a stance that did not express even a hint of aggression, before curiously cocking his head to the side. Sorry, are we waiting for something? Oh, so I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. Let me... You little... Tss. You cocky pride shall be your downfall. The man who introduced himself as Shanshan leaped towards Honglu. Then, after about a minute... How is this happening? Unlike Shanshan, who was throwing punches and swinging with boiling hot passion, Honglu was effortlessly gliding upon his opponent, strikes like he was out on a picnic. As though this was but a leisurely stroll through a garden. Whenever Shanshan threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected it to the side with ease, the fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the featherly light movements of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until after one blink and you'll miss it moment, we realized that Shanshan was already face down to the ground, defeated. I thought we were gonna fight. Oh, young Honglu, has the beat concealing thy full strength in your presence? Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all into every fight. Yet to defeat his foe so soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes it was as though we're dueling someone whose skills may only measure against a child. But most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables, and we usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers. You read him. Already familiar with that fool's moves? Oh yes, one of my Biwu instructor used similar techniques as this gentleman here. Practice makes perfect, and perfection makes an expert, right? Woohoo! Right, but I'm not sure if that's entirely relevant here. Well, anyways, look to me that he soundly kicked your behind in this duel. Let us through, why don't you? And preferably not do the thing I think you're about to do. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyways, and our employer is not gonna let these failures slide if we just leave. Hey, don't just sit there. Move your asses and jump him. Pathetic. I kind of see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With a bitter cry of the defeated, his gang rushed towards us. Is Sharon a sinner? No, we cannot regenerate Sharon. Sharon is just the boss driver. Oh, nice sound. Nice song.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Yeah, the song is absolute peak.
너한테 멀겠지만.
Yep, Sharon. Sounds amazing. I don't want to talk because the song is so good. Oh my god, cats. I mean, I understand that. It sounds great. Yeah, we have to protect Sharon at all cost.
직원들이 긍정적인
Okay, canonically,
관리자님이
is the Lord of Hongyuan
기다리겠습니다.
stronger or weaker than the manager of Manchuland?
어떤 말도 할 수 없어.
Because I really want to know, you know? Yeah, she has eternal protection of the red gaze. She's fine.
당신이 생각하는 것보다
Casual district date.
제가 늘 말씀드렸죠. 저는 언제
Imagine how wild it would be for them. You know?
효율적인 대처로
They are suddenly just fighting Honglu and suddenly they become the fucking Hishu pack. It's like,
쉽지 않아요.
oh, we're fucked. We're absolutely fucking fucked.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
These guys are kind of pathetic, if I'm being 100% honest.
바람 불어오는데요.
Yeah, way too pathetic. Yeah, I know, that's what I meant. Like, oh my god. In the canon, I think the only ID we have on par with Sancho, I say Sancho because that ID is literally just Sancho, is Princess Rhodia. Oh, of course, because she's another fucking goated kindred. Yeah, wow. Okay, thanks for telling me. This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never easy, is it? Hey, at least we got a nice warm-up. It wasn't all bad. I don't know. This seems more serious than usual street brawls. Ishmael's right. They weren't your everyday thugs who picked fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Honglu. And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract, it doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety, for secrecy. First Rhodia or Barber? Who would you smash harder? Rhodia, of course. Princess. The princess is just better. I don't like outies. Then maybe this is what Jia Shinkun was talking about way back when she mentioned surviving as hares. Whoever's behind this must have a bone to pick with Honglu. Indeed, it seems that we must expect more skirmishes like this going forward. Alas, was this trial not readily overcome? Not the point. I think on it a little more. Seems like they assume that Honglu's brought something here in order to participate in that family heritage evaluation. Then there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to try to take out the competition. A highly accurate assessment of the situation by the executive manager. I expected no less from someone of your genius. Going for the classics of brown nosing today, how it is. Since when was it brown nosing? To compliment a job well done. Do you not expect? This inane conversation is most riveting, but I would prefer some silence while we wait. It seems that the company foresaw such difficulties. They've sent you a support team to help handle this issue. We heard voices coming from behind us, from where Virgilius pointed. My, you guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, and you... Is she alive? I mean, of course we knew she was alive, but... It really threw me off when I was told to meet you in some backstreet location, away from our agreed rendezvous point. A familiar voice. A voice we could not forget. Saude! Oh, Saude's here! I hope she doesn't die. Been a while, everyone. Hi, I'm here too, hehe. We turned around to follow where the voice was coming from and recognized the two people we've been hoping to see again. Saude's here, guys. Absolute fucking peak. Yes, Saude, but also no Saude. Yeah, please. Let us do the fighting and talking and everything that's difficult. Don't get into any problems, please.
세월이 지나면 홍어는 그제.
Saude? And hey, pilot, right? What's wrong? It's like you're all looking at a ghost. Pilot, didn't you tell me that you shared my news with them last time? I did. I sure did, ma'am. Oh yeah, he did. The senior each recovered from the initial shock of seeing them again. And soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see that things haven't changed much around here. Saude, we're so glad to see you're okay. TikTok to you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Saude smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since last time we met. There were a few minor differences. Her outfit and her badge, for example. Last I recall, you were promoted, yes? Allow me to congratulate you. Yeah. Or the hint of melancholy, hanging from her smile and flickering in her eyes. Hey, I am merely congratulating her on her promotion and offering a recognition of her excellent accomplishments. I don't see what your problem is here. But we all know the meaning of that promotion carries. Indeed, and it is very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion attained without spilling some blood? You're a real piece of work. Let me ask you something then. If everyone behaves like you do around here, tiptoeing around the facts, keeping it hush-hush about what happened, where she's going to get the bare minimum of recognition and consolation she deserves? Good point. Hush-hush would have been nice. I've even overheard some of them whisper that I let my partner die just so I can snag a promotion. Though in that regard, I appreciate that outings. If we're being technical, I did die, except my brain was intact. Not even K-Corp's regenerative ampules could have revived me if it wasn't. Then did Effie also? Apparently they went right for Effie's head when they stabbed him with a prosthetic. According to the coroner's autopsy, K-Corp ampules, life insurance, neither of them can revive someone with a damaged brain. It is what it is. Anyways, let's not dwell on the depressing stuff. We're here for work. Let's get some work done. Let's talk about work, okay, pilot? Yes, ma'am. Well, let's see here. Coincidentally, I happen to make friends with a feller who has ties with the Gia family, so I brought him over. That's a fuck up. That was such a fuck up. What? This is funny, sad fucked. Because I just might have been the reason Effie died. Actually, no, I don't think she destroyed her brain. Again, thanks. Because they said that it was one of the prosthetics. So maybe when they put a prosthetic in his head, they damaged the brain because they were forcing the prosthetics on, you know? So maybe he was just in pain. He was a man. Yeah, but Effie sounds like a woman. But yeah, I remember he was a guy. I am so sorry. She mercy killed him. Yeah. Hey, is that everything? Yes, sir. Briefing over. Just as everyone was reeling in stunned silence at the least informative, least helpful briefing we ever had the displeasure of sitting through, Ishmael was the first to catch herself. She looked up at Sod. Saude, can we rely on you for some elaboration here? The briefing was a good demonstration of the necessity of educating the 5 W's and 1 H principle. Looks like we'll have a lot to discuss once we get back, pilot. Did I do something wrong? Shh. Pilot buddy, just stop. You're digging yourself a deeper hole with every word. It's fucked. Gregor quickly leaned in to warn Pilot, but it was likely too late. A nigh unnoticeable crease had already formed between Saude's brows. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connections to H-Corp. So we, as a preliminary observation unit, were put to the task, and we managed to establish a connection with an individual. Oh, someone from my family? No, we tried, but your family proved to be rather difficult not to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with all our leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method to establish this connection. I really didn't hold back on compliments then, and this is how you... Our collaborator is a former employee of the Gia family. After leaving the family, he now runs a lodging business. Then it is likely that he's far removed from the family politics. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Yes, and according to Pilot's report, he still regards the Gia family positively. How can I not, considering the blessings they have given me? An unfamiliar voice bubbled into the conversation, as though to continue Sod's explanation. He looks normal, at least. You like my VTuber model? You really do? I am very fluffy. I mean, I wish I was this fluffy. I had ears, I have a tail, but I cannot show the tail, but still, I really like this avatar as well. I really feel like this one is my favorite. I'll never change it. It's so good. I mean, I would change the... How can I say this? I would get a more quality avatar someday, perhaps. But, like, for example, with better hair or something like that. But I would not change my design at all. It's a Nova Beast. I like the colors. It just meshes very well with me, I think. Anyways, moving on. I 100% myself before the Fellowship of Young Master Bao. Please call me Queen Tao. He greeted us in a most polite fashion before bringing his hands together in an odd motion. Oh, is this how you people greet each other here? Yep, it's called the Bao Quan gesture, bringing fist and palm together to express respect and peace towards the receiver. Knights greet one another by shaking their hands for the self-same purpose. Forsooth, thou art, indeed, one possessed of a chivalrous spirit. Indeed, much did I worry about the qualities of people young master was surrounded himself with, but I see that he's in company of those wise in the ways of the West. Okay, for a second I thought that said prostate. But it's prostrate, not prostate. So yeah, sorry about that misconception right now. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What grand generosity it is to open ajar the waterways of wisdom to quench my barren lands. Something feels familiar about this. Nah, she's been getting less and less verbose with bootlicking these days. Not like this guy, for sure. That's true. He's kind of like, how should I put this, a bit much? What are you guys talking about? Communicating only by the sound of a ticking clock. This is something I had already known ahead of time yet. What a most curious exchange to behold in person. Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself throughout entertained in its entirety. Maybe it's a subtle spring of disrespect that reminds you of the usual flavor. Wait, is this about me? You dare? Was all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Audis shook her head with clear distaste and strode towards me. We are nothing alike, executive manager. Never have I once said such empty flattery in your presence, filled with nothing but hot air and superlatives. Oh my god, Audis, come on. I have no idea what Nova is. I think it's like a furry dragon. It's like a furry dragon, you know? But it's like a more standard base of a furry dragon. Would you rather poop in the sink or sink in the poop? I would rather poop in the sink, you know? I've done it once. It was absolutely disgusting, but I was not gonna sit on that toilet. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyways, I leave the guidance of these backstreets to him. Well, looks like this is where Sode fell silent. Her eyes lingered on Virgilius, who stood somewhat apart from the rest of us. So I finally get to meet the Red Gaze in the flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Effie would have loved to be here. Manager? Virgilius seemed to sense her lingering gaze and walked towards us after nodding slightly in her direction. Manager Sode. Let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your business. I'd much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh, please, it's our historic first collaborative operation, isn't it? Can you spare a little more time with us? The guide's but actually doing something? That guy? Yes, unfortunately, LCC has our own business to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying the LCB this time, and the Red Gaze will be helping us out to get it done. Taking Mephi there, vroom vroom. Maybe it's not that unfortunate, now that I think about it. I feel like every mission with the LCB has always been an uphill battle to get anything done. Oh my god. Oh my god, even as a friend, well, I understand her because, for example, sometimes you guys treat me that bad. You just talk that I don't do things like they should be done. I still remember my library playthrough. You guys are way too relentless sometimes. Well, you see, back then, we were... just messing with you. I'm sure we'll have another chance to work together again. Boss, we don't got much time. Wait, before you go, I think you owe us some explanations, Virgilius. I will leave the details to Miss Faust. I'm quite busy. Very well. Virgilius turned around and left towards Mephistopheles with an oddly disgruntled expression. Well then, I'll see you around. Next time, I'll show you that I can carry my own weight. You know, oh boy, the last time we met, I really was so darn pathetic. Pilot, competence is shown through action, not words. Tout and Pilot gave us a light nod before following Virgilius. Some sinners opened their mouths to speak, hesitated, then closed them again. We let them go without a word. Perhaps we didn't know what we could say to not make this an awkward farewell. Very well, please this way. Or maybe we were simply mindful of this guy who was responsible for the quality of our stay. So, okay. Indeed, esteemed manager, your perspicacity is unparalleled. Pray how might we navigate the vicissitudes of existence absent your sagacious guidance. Wow, I don't even know what those words mean. We're gonna beat our rabbits. Ambush! Me loves me an ambush.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
Mega cherry shade. Deep resentment ought to be washed away. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burned doors shall star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these weird songs. The main streets are most likely teeming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. And like he said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deep into the dark alleyway. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty much unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the backstreets in the recent months. The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song. It is a song that spreads through the word of mouth. It sings of how they annihilated Kong family. This is not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we come across it. Didn't know there was a song like that. Is this the first time you've heard of it too, Honglu? He's a posh kid from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his precious feet in the backstreets, so it's no wonder he's never heard anything like that. I have been to the backstreets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I didn't spend most of my time in my room. That is precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. Much like how the jade of the greatest world is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where no one shall reach. This guy gives me the "my precious" vibes, you know? I'm like him? Oh my god. To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. So that guy used to work for the Jia family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Answer me, Jabayu. Why your history search is all Faust? All Faust. Why do you hate him? He's just creepy but not bad until now. Young master, is there something on my face? Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then, it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road? Indeed, humble as I may be, I am very well versed in the roads of this area. Honglu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we know from Qingtao. We should be suspicious of something. He's a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given Pilot's clear inexperience and naivety, we would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Faust and Auris approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across.
Driving
in my car. That one is so long. Midnight Strobe Y. Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. But god damn it, this one is so long. Answer me, Jabaoju. What is your McDonald's order? He wants 3 Big Macs. He doesn't... He just fucks up the game unless the enemy dies. Okay. Wow. This one is long as fuck. Truck! With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guy before asking Faust the burning question. So, what was that about back there with Virgilius? Something about him going off to help them out. The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract with the company. He is simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. I think back to the incident at the manor. It feels like such a long time ago now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out a pickle. God damn it. I'm gonna stick a stick in your stick. Stop it with all the fucking things. It scares the crap out of me. So Canto, okay, Canto 8 stuff for later. I don't care, I have a stick. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really expected us out of a pickle. What? That's what they're dragging him away for? Is there a problem, honored guests? It's nothing at all. No problemo, right, Ryoshu? Huh. S.U. Shut up, idiot. Mersault, can you carry Heathcliff a little bit? He's dead tired. It will be done. Heathcliff, punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshu's sword, fell forward right into Mersault's welcoming shoulder. Rhodia? You know the kind of person I hate the most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically, as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but... Rodion and Ryoshu judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hand. This guy just doesn't learn, huh? You successfully preserved the secrecy of classified information without spilling blood. I applaud this policy. I did good, didn't I? I'm just not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. Yeah, me neither. Poor guy. Why is everybody being so mean with Heathcliff? Heathcliff is like... He was amazing with they don't remember. They don't remember, but he was absolutely fucking goated there. Oh, okay. No problem, Midnight. If it's no problemo, as you say, then that is well indeed. Yet I worry that it appears that the problem has found us anyway. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands. What happened to finding us a safer path? It's likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears that the more observant of our enemies have tracked us here. Damn it, then what are you even here for? Isn't your job to prevent this exact scenario? Let's leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. They must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly, where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking, so I intend to become scarce for a moment. Yet I have the utmost faith in the strength of young master and the honored guests in overcoming this adversity, so... Qingtao was already standing so far away from the front lines that he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell us about these enemies? No, but a consultation with the Gesellschaft seems unnecessary if we are to determine whether negotiating with them is an option. They're coming. Mersault, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. It will be done, punk. I love that punk. I wonder what are the instruments they used for this intervallo battle theme. It seems a bit of electronic mixed with traditional Chinese instruments. I don't know the name of them.
언제나 수십 명의 몫을 해내고 있으니까요.
They have knives? Really? They're fighting knives? With fucking knives? Oh my god.
저겠지. 잘 생각해보라고.
Should you to apply Gregor G Corp to level 3?
효율적인
My Gregor is. Oh, why? I am not applying him.
입에 발린 말싸움 쉽게 하지 않아요.
길을 열어. 흐름을 틔울 수도 없겠고.
I shall henceforth be ardent devotee, and you're utterly powerless to dissuade me, Green. What a Biwas, thanks. Why are you down there, of all places, in Huangyuan? I got lost again. You know, I would actually be a great manager for the sinners. You know why? Because think about it. As a person, I get lost extremely easy, and me guiding everybody in the back streets would be absolute peak.
목을 떨고.
Wait, are we gonna fight sweepers?
적에게 치명성을
Are we gonna fight sweepers?
관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력
Why did you pick G Corp Gregor? Why would you even pick Enclair is not that bad, but why not Enfaust?
개체에게 일격을 가하는
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense, but still, that idea is it's not good.
타이밍이긴 하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝.
Okay, Angela talks a little bit too much. Enfaust is good as PID. I know. Enfaust is good. He is good. He is good. He's really awesome for a season 180.
꿰뚫려라.
Okay. I'm just one of the yapper announcers. Yeah, she yaps a little bit too much. She's getting annoying. Love her, but goddammit, she's kind of annoying.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Issue cooking generally doesn't end well. Yeah, don't cook, please. I never chose any of the good season 1 Clash ideas since I chose Ting Tang for the damage support buff. Oh, okay.
틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Promises turn to sorry, sorries turn to goodbyes, goodbyes led to strangers, strangers with memories, and memories bring back memories. Bringing back you... I don't know what you're talking about, Ishmael. Nocturnal sweepers. Makes you think that you will fight sweepers. Oh, actually that's pretty obvious now that I think about it. I was just stupid, okay? Hostiles in the immediate vicinity has been eliminated. Our collaborator, who'd been hiding far from the battle, quickly ran up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Are you unhurt, young master? Yep, I'm totally fine. Of course, our honored guests' martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant. But young masters, your light has the brightest even among the incandescent. This humble servant could not hold back his tears at this wondrous sight. To witness such excellent martial arts from none other than the young master himself, what an unexpected surprise. But don't the children of the Jia family undergo all kind of strict training regimens from childhood? It was simply my assumption that young master had ceased his trainings once he departed the family. Anyways, how do you think they tracked us down anyways? About that, it appears that we weren't exactly tracked down. Perhaps it may be that Ilk, who lurks in these parts of the backstreet, recognized the young master's venerable countenance. I don't think my face is that well known. The family heritage evaluation are nigh. Every soul living in Hongyuan must know the face of the young master, who is loved by every elder of the family. It must be that they are under the assumption that you are carrying something of great value. Family heritage, huh? Didn't Xia Jinkun say something about heirs back then? They all assumed wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? I just couldn't care less about it, that's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit to be found in heritage than I am. That's... Well, that is indeed a relief. A relief, is it? Well, but of course, it is a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the hierarchy evaluations, so it is of great relief to know that young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. Well, now that we took them all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, right? Greg, can you not jinx ourselves for 1 second? Why are you laughing, Ryoshu? Now I'm worried. Please do not concern yourselves any further. We'll take a more clandestine path. I guarantee that a safe path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. I still have a hard time buying that. The lay of this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places, yet you claim this to be the safer path? Yet I must ask you to place your faith in this humble servant, for Hongyuan is not like most places. Fine, for now. Auri shut her eyes for a moment, out of retorts, then turned to look at Ishmael. Hey Ishmael, you must have a pamphlet of this place. Handy, don't you? No way. You're actually going to read it? Why else would I ask? No, I mean, how could I not be caught off guard after almost a whole year of getting brushed off by everyone every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets? Like hell, did no one think to... I will find my own intel, if you're just going to ramble on and on with your grievances. Oh, okay, fine, here it is. Aris opened the pamphlet and began intently glaring at its text, as though she didn't want to miss even the smallest detail of information there. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows. Okay? Okay, guess who didn't get fluid sac at the starting? You go, you didn't get it? Why did you pick ebony stem?
또 한 줄
Why did you pick ebony stem? Fluid sac is OP.
물진 길을 뿐이지.
I mean, it's good, but fluid sac is it's better.
지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무얼 바꾸었는지를.
Okay, we can do one pull after the stream ends.
만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
Faust fluid sac, it's awesome. We were on a desperate run, all the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Boy, what happened to save an easy passage? Explain this shite. It appears that the young master's radiant countenance was made known. I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage. How come we get jumped by even more enemies? As I have said, the young master's radiant. At least try to give a little variation to your excuses. I cannot so easily say that he's being untruthful, given the disjointed alliance of the enemies attacking us. Auris played with a pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear alliance to attack a member of the Jia family, looks like everyone in the backstreet has been getting pretty plucky while I was away. But then I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. What a wonderful change. Oh, shove that wonderful change up your arse, you bloody loon. How much longer till we get there? My kick-san is near. Calm your worries. Our guide seems oddly calmer now than he did at the beginning of this journey. Did he really get numbed to all the violence that fast, or... Speaking of which, what's a ketsu-han? It is a term commonly used to refer to a tavern, inns, or equivalent places for lodging in this region. Lodging, huh? Like a hotel? Ooh, it's gonna be a pretty fancy then, huh? Do they serve like complimentary snacks and drinks? Like the warp train? Not sure about that, but it seems like Keksen also serves alcohol and food alongside their lodging services. Maybe I can get a meal in there. And hopefully we won't be attacked there like this. Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a residential building is within this particular area and floor of Hongyan a taboo. A taboo. We may rest easy then. I saw Faust's eyebrow slightly twitch, as though she had just heard the most ridiculous thing. But I guess I'll ask her about it later. Theo, man. If it's for some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest, why couldn't they save all this fighting until then? Because it would be too late. Late how? Every hierarchy candidate must brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's going to try to take each other's, just to be sure. I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own. And might as well kill them too. For the sake of convenience. Is that how the folk in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? But other families didn't seem too different from mine. Woohoo. Damn. Heathcliff, god damn it. Yeah, do not redeem God. God is awful. What do you mean the only reason I save my points is to gamble them? No, Catrella, it's for the giveaway at the end of the stream. That's why you save points. My only seniors that doesn't have another ego were Autis and Honglu. Oh, okay. We may be inviting even further trouble by dying here. With that, the guide pulled out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Yeah, we do a giveaway every time at the start of the month, you know?
어떤 시간과 공간에 계시는 관리
How many enemies? 10 enemies, god damn it.
그때를
It's getting long.
미리 응원을 녹음해야 한다는 거군요. 막아내지. 아,
You're homeless now. I can't believe you lost your hone. I hope you recover your hone, man. Yeah, the night of the backstreets.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
Homeless sink.
효율적인
A poor homeless sink. Can't believe it.
기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 적에게 치명성을 입혔군요.
The only thing I will say is that
관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 가지고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸.
oh my god, Angela, shut the fuck up. Guys, remind me to shut the fuck down, Angela.
이거리면 충분해. 너한테
No, you're not homeless. You have a place in my heart, Sink. You absolutely have a place in my heart. Yeah, save the points. It's good for the end of the stream.
불가 위
시비수에게 명한다.
막아.
Shouldn't I use the Honglu announcer after we pass the Honglu part? Can the Honglu announcer... You're just like, I mean, she's speaking too much. But one thing, the Honglu announcer just spoil things. For reason I do find his voice oddly calming. Okay, if I ever get like PvP mode in this game, I'm gonna try trolling them by using unstaggered IDs. Oh, that would be awful. Okay. I can put him later. Yeah, I know, I just forget to unequip her announcer, okay? I forget a lot of things. I'm not the brightest man in the shed.
개체에게 일격을
Poor thing.
가했습니다.
She's level 43. What the fuck?
너무 이른 타이밍이긴 하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝나면 모두
Knowing the story gives you context as to why he announced it like that.
나쁘지 않겠지.
Oh. Then maybe not put him on because I'm really good at getting hints. For example, I do know that in the next Canto we will have a forced defeat. Now here we are. Haha. Is this the place? After running through the alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the site of several small buildings, tightly built next to each other. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps, adorned with a door plate, with complicated looking letters scribbled over it. This is shorter than I expected. Hey, isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? That is not our building. Please look these ways to see... Okay, please look this way to see where our honored guests will be staying for the night. I knew it. I heard so much from Honglu about all the splendor and all that. We followed Queen Cow's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts. Its exterior is painted in black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Can we all even fit in there? Hey, that place looks trash as heck, even for us, let alone your young master. This is the nearest Kenzan we could afford to stay in, at least amongst the ones that I manage. Yet its location in the backstreets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. My deepest and sincerest apologies, young master. Don't worry, we can't always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Are you nuts? Can that thing even fit all of us in there? Much did I wish to guide the other guests to the family mansion in the central zone. However, at the time... Oh, the sweeping wave. Doesn't start at 13 in the morning. I feel like we've got plenty of time to get there. Exactly. Don't we have more than enough time to get to the family mansion? According to the H-Corp travel guide, the central area is only like an hour away from here. Have the other guests traveled to District 8 before? Well, no. This is my first time here, but... Then one must ask how the other guests could claim to have the full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book, when she hasn't even had to contend with it in person. Innumerable unpredictable changes await, in with teeming jungles of buildings, the ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, or even offices of the back streets. Oh, we are besieged by danger from all sides. Such bold, flippant approach to predicting the phenomena of this place is to court death. Even a toddler must know that. One fails to disguise his utter sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Is it just me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Dante. But if the guidebooks lists a path, does it not imply that it is technically possible to reach there in time? Audis suddenly took a step forward. In her hand was the H-Corp travel pamphlet that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith that if our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenged stead, they would be able to lead us to our destination before nightfall. Me? This does not appear to have been discussed beforehand. Very well, allow me to speak freely, without frills. My responsibility is to bring the honored guests to the central zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is indeed technically possible to reach the family mansion before the nighttime in the back streets commences. Technically. Yet, not even one iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that has been so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. Oh. Okay, I can't believe hunger turns evil after it. Yeah, with the... What? Hunger turns evil? What? Yeah, he should pack with Faust combo. It's absolutely insane. Okay, bye-bye, Midnight. Sleep well. It is said that those engaging in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose. To stubbornly forge on towards the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel to see when these mobs of assailants would end is to wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. You. Wonderfully, truly impressive. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust with my life when devising a stratagem. This is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for those they serve. Really? You're just gonna start going along with him all of a sudden? I have misunderstood your intentions, truly. They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choice words with my very own. Yet now, my eyes have been opened to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. This humble servant did not imagine, even in his wildest dreams, that there would be someone who understands the fathoms of his loyalty. It seems that young master has certainly gained an eye for allies and fellowships. This is a cause for much relief in my heart. Listen to him. This one knows how to jest. They're basically best buds now, huh? I may have lost my cool for a moment there. Anyways, this man speaks true. It is highly likely that we would be exposed to attacks of similar nature were we to continue moving at this time. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? That's when I realized that she was looking in my direction. The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. When her gaze is locked, she nodded. She must be completely turned around by that guy. Is this her way of saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now. Thanks for everything? And as for this hotel, it is still much better than sleeping in outdoor 10th Barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Miss Autis? Yeah, whatever. We get your point. Let's go inside. Well, my humblest self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insufficient lodging with the deepest gratitude. She's baiting the fish. Yeah, I realized that. After all that serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he brought his fists and palms together. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste, merely by an observation of the exterior. The interior may hold aught to be surprised of. Worry not. With the Rhodians surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Okay, at least it's spacious. In order to fool the enemy, you have to fool your ally first. Yeah, that was a great move. 10 times move. Don't you know Hongler is a boss in this intervallo? No, I didn't know that. What the fuck? Oh, this actually ain't so bad. It's clean here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. The landscape paintings lining the walls give off a rather sophisticated mood. And it's much more spacious inside than it looks from the outside. Did they use some kind of space expansion technology in here too? No, it seems that the building only appeared small due to the density of the structures in the proximity. Well, the door is now open. Should my presence be required, I shall be in the small shed next to this building. Please do converse freely. The man smiled awkwardly and quietly excused himself as the excitement among the sinners began to grow. Meanwhile, Honglu stood a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as if he were gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or even the wind. Yet there was no light in those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers, and a howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? No, not again! Fuck! I know that you're making shit up. I am so tired of this shit. I am so tired of this shit. Where the fuck? Okay. Yeah. Nice. It's not as spammable now. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet. I don't think. Huh? Not yet? So, big brother, something felt off to you too, huh? That's when we caught a familiar voice. Wow, Shikun. It's you, and so soon too. Yeah, I told you I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again. Very soon. Have you been well, young master? I'm so glad to see that you're doing well, Mr. Wei. Oh, wait. Don't tell me you're staying here too, Shikun. I normally wouldn't ever set foot in a place like this, but I ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. I had to come in through the back streets. So we weren't the only ones troubled by the random construction site. This is a trap. It smells like a trap, you know? It smells like a trap. Oh, hail to thee! Yeah. The confident look on Shikun's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you? No, Don Quixote is the same as always. Ahem. But she looks like such an airhead. Young Shikun. Well, wouldn't thou accompany me to the lounge for a moment, so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh yeah, actually, let's do that. Hold on. Gia Shikun seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing that her memories were intact, before walking right up to her. I like that idea, shall we? Wait, why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk things out with her? Uh-huh. What do you wanted to do? Some catching up, right? He's a manager squire? A lot of critical personnel may be a cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. Looks like Shikun really likes Don Quixote, if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. It's not Don Quixote she likes. She obviously just wants Don Quixote's powers she saw back then. My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for... Fine, I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading into... Shikun sighed with a bit of disappointment before heading into the lobby. Well, let's all head inside now. So I and the rest of the seniors fold here into the lodging. This feels like a trap. Oh my god, you're so close to the 200 pools. Oh, lesbian for Don Quixote. Makes sense, makes sense.
오늘 부끄럽지
Oh my god. I understand your pain.
바로 세우는 데 일조할
Oh, my manager level increased.
더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
Suspicion. Oh, VTuber. Yes, Corey rolls. Didn't you know that I was a VTuber as well? I'm surprised you didn't know that. Yeah, 1 extra capacity now, that's good. Everyone was busy looking around and commenting on various things in our lodging, but Sinclair appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Sinclair? Ow! Shout! No, not that one! Oh! I mean, I don't choose when to use it. You guys have to turn it on, you know? Oh. That was awful. That was absolutely fucking awful. Sinclair? That's distorted fucking Among Us. Something in here stands out. Like, imagine an ideal picture. Did you call? Ah, I missed the joke you sang. That's not what I was... I'm not... Anyways, am I the only one who feels like something stands out like a sore thumb from the whole picture? Oh yeah, glad you brought it up. I didn't say anything because I thought it was just me. Right yet? So, what's off about this place? Isn't it obvious? Where did all the complimentary snacks go? What's that weird mystery table at the center of this room? Rhodia, did you eat over everything? She's gonna die. Oh, right. Ideal. That makes sense. Makes sense. Thanks. I forgot about that. Huh? That is kind of weird, though. What's that table doing there? Its saturated colors are quite the pleasant sight to behold. So, is it any better inside? What the hell is that hideous table? The kerfuffle sparkled by the particular unsightly piece of an indoor furniture calmed somewhat once everyone made it inside the building. Of course, no one was able to discern the real purpose of that table yet. Every step on the floor leaves black residue on the shoes. Not only the floors, touching the walls leaves an unidentified black substance on one's fingers. Not to mention how the walls ripple in an odd fashion. What could possibly be the construction of this structure? Are we inside of a beast? I love the horrible table. Well, my guess is that the maintenance staff has been slacking off. Maybe, but why? Maybe, but why is everything so neatly organized in that case? I've been to enough city establishments to tell when a place has gone a while without a tidy up. Okay, this is odd. Yeah, you feel annoying, but it's fine. But, that fucking table that I hate. That fucking table that I hate. Guys, I hate that table. The table of love and hate. I love it because it has food. I hate it because it's a fucking table. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. While this is far from optimal, Executive Manager, we may be able to rest here. I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. Jiashi-kun, the last person to walk in after having taken her time to examine the area outside the lobby, stared blankly around the room with a ghastly expression. I am not even sure what to say to this ridiculous negligence. Then found her room after leaving a scathing remark. Sigh, it ain't the first time we're sauntering right into some shady business, innit? Let's just cross that bridge when it comes to it, yeah? I guess. Anyone could tell that there was something definitively wrong about that guy. Some sinners, including Heathcliff, had already slumped onto the floor, vociferously, expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. Well, it is pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads. In that case, Dante, perhaps it may be a good time to announce today's close of business. Huh? I have never made this announcement outside of the boss before. Alright, hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Understood. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you all will be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as she finished, the sinners began to relax in their own ways, some stumbling into the rooms, while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table at the center of the room. Save for Auris, that is. Got something to say, Auris? Yes, Executive Manager. It's about our guide, Queen Tao. Oh, your new best friend from earlier? Seemed like you guys were getting along pretty well. What? That is simply untrue. I did not see that signal. Oh, did you not see that signal I gave you earlier? What signal? Oh, you mean when you nodded slightly in my direction? Indeed, that individual has an informant advantage over us when it comes to this locale, regardless of how sound the accusations we came up with were. He would have been able to explain them away using his familiarity with the region. I thought, as a party with an informational disadvantage, it would be wise to find camaraderie and friendship with that individual and go along with their plans while trying to dig out as much intel as possible. I seriously thought that suspicious guy totally won you over. Executive Manager, I've been in this business for many years. How could you even imagine that I would be fooled by an amateur spy who's overly it's nothing. Auri's disappointment was palpable, but she stopped herself as though she remembered that there were more important matters at hand. While it is uncertain as to how long that individual will be accompanying us, it would be reasonable to speculate that he approaches the LCCB with the explicit purpose of eliminating Honglu, Jiabaoyu. I present the fact that it was Pilot, that inexperienced greenhorn, who somehow conveniently came across this connection, as another evidence supporting this suspicion. That's also true. Faust also has information to share. Faust joined the conversation after listening to us discuss for some time. I'm going to turn my quality... Why? Sinal? No, I'm calling him Sinal, okay? It's Sinal. Oh, it's Sinal. Sigma. Well, hello, Senor Placido, and yes, he's Sigma now. Yeah, don't forget, but it has not been 15 days. It has not been 15 days. God damn it, guys. 15 days. That's what I need for Steam to let me send you gift cards. Faust joined the conversation after listening to us discuss for some time. Sinul. A review of every known taboo has failed to identify one he called residential non-aggression. Taboo that universally prohibits acts of violence within residential areas. Then that was all. Also has to be. It is too early to come to conclusions regarding that matter. It appears that this area, Hongyuan, has taboos that change depending on your location within its territory. However, considering every other circumstantial evidence, we can come to a conclusion that he was most likely lying to us. Your assessment cannot be denied. In that case, we must already be deep within the enemy's machinations. The constant stream of random assailants we faced earlier was also most likely also part of their plan. It may be very well that this building itself is also a trap, yet we lack the intelligence about this particular backstreet to be certain. However, we do have one minor advantage. It seems that they have severely underestimated our capabilities, given their low caliber of assailants they decided to send after us. One thing we can capitalize on is that mutual lack of intel. Keep our guard up, remain alert. We should be able to navigate our way out of this trap, Executive Manager. Remove the L from learn. Cow. It's Sinal? I am so confused about that. I am so confused what you guys are trying to say. I am sorry about the misunderstanding. Honestly, I didn't know who or what to trust. Then I would appreciate it if you could trust me fully next time. Iris bowed politely and returned to her room. Faust and I chatted a little bit more about Queen Tao and his plans, but our discussion ended without bearing much fruit. Signal. Why am I pronouncing signal wrong? If you know me more, you'd be surprised how I'm even alive. Okay. Hello, Emily. They're telling you that I pronounce signal wrong. I'm just pronouncing it signal. It's not signal, it's sign. The sig is pronounced more like sig in Siegfried. It's signal. It's signal. How do you pronounce signature? Signature. Signal. Okay, I will try to pronounce it signal if I remember, okay? Signal. Signal. Thanks, guys. I realized that Honglu was missing as I was spending time chatting with the sinners. I didn't notice him going into his room. Okay, Sigma, like Sigma, but it's signal. Okay, thanks, guys. So I walked to the exit, about to look for Honglu outside, and ran into Xiaojin-kun and Wei, who decided to stay in the room close to the door. It's getting late. Why are you going alone without a guard? Oh, just looking for Honglu. Right. I can't understand what you're saying. All right. When it comes to conversing without the sinners, I find that there are two types of people. The first type usually says whatever is on their mind without pausing for or caring to hear my reply. Given that this type of person isn't actually looking to communicate with me, that simplifies things a little on my end. However, it's also oddly insulting, as it seems as though they don't recognize me as a human, but rather a wall, or a clock on a wall. I am Sigma. I am Signal. Signal. I'm Signal. Okay. Given that this type of person... Okay. And the other type is the one that reads me so well that they might as well be able to hear what I am saying. Virgilius falls into the latter category. He recognizes the pitch of my tickets and talks, reads my body language, and sometimes even claims to see my expressions, like how Don Quixote does. And Jiet Sinkun, who saw through me with that short exchange. Okay, let's see. Just looking to get some early morning air. Does your prosthetic head even have respiratory function? Wouldn't have guessed from the way it looks. I did not belong in either category. She did not belong. She's just trying to guess. Let's play charades. We still don't know. We still don't know. That's one of the mysteries of the game. No, not really. I'm just looking for Honglu, because I haven't seen him in a while. You're shaking your head, so no. Then are you looking for something to eat? She's a new one. The type that tries to figure out what I'm saying without asking for help. My lady, would it not be wise to wake or find someone who may be able to translate? They would have done that themselves if it were something important. I'm kind of curious though. What was that hand gesture you made when I first asked? You brought your index fingers up to your cheeks. Well, Honglu is always smiling. I thought maybe I could simulate his smile to convey that I am looking for him. Perhaps it was an effort to express cuteness or beauty. What? Yeah, I mean, yes. No, I was just trying to express a smiling face. Oh no, this isn't going to be easy, is it? They're TikToking a lot more vigorously. Hey, I think you're onto something. This conversation was starting to veer into a completely unintended territory. After a bit of trial and error, we were playing charades. Dante's manager, bud. Manager Squire, Clockhead, yeah. Dante was a masturbator. Oh my god, I'm ignoring that. I see, you're looking for my big brother, huh? We took some very roundabout ways, but I was eventually able to get here to understand what I was trying to say. Well, if he's who you're looking for, that's easy. You should be able to find him by the lounge back there. I doubt he got very far from there, if he even left. That's what you were trying to so hard to communicate. Jeshikun was, strangely enough, disappointed and dispirited by my reply. I'd have something to tell you too, but never mind. I feel like the mood's been ruined. Let's talk about this at another time. I was curious, but it would also take ages for me to ask how she's feeling, so I nodded to express my gratitude before heading to the back entrance, and found Honglu gazing at the hazy scene out of the opaque window. What are you doing here? People watching. There were some people stumbling through the streets outside. As I stared outside the window at the scene, Honglu seemed to sense what I was thinking and began. Are you worried for me, Dante? Well, yeah. It's your turn, Honglu. It really is. I'm back at H-Corp, and everyone's talking about the family heritage selection. But you don't have to worry about me at all, because I did not wish for anything from Limbus Company. Really? I'm not like Isang. I'm not hiding my true feelings. No one gave me a wonderful promise, like they would help me recover my torn and broken wings. I joined only to have some new experiences, that's all. But we do know that something's definitely going to happen, whatever it might be. Something that will shake you to your very core, even if you didn't wish for anything. Going through something like that could... Probably yes, but it's okay. I'm used to be led by the will of others anyways. No matter what happens here, I can't do this like everyone else. Because that's how it's always been. Whatever happens to me, or to those around me, I only... A loud boisterous bellow suddenly cuts Honglu off, even before he could finish his sentence. Oi, let me go. Just listen to that sot talking, and tell me I'm not supposed to get mad at that. Dang it, lower your voice. What are you guys doing back there? Gregor and Heathcliff, who were most likely hiding behind the entrance door, tumbled into view. I knew I shouldn't have come here with this guy. Couldn't you be patient for even a few minutes before bursting out of here? How long have you two been listening? From the very start, of course. I thought he was making some sense at first, but what's that? Like you're used to following others' will? I didn't mean to irk you, Heathcliff. I'm only telling you the truth. Bloody hell, I'm about to burst a vessel. Oi, buggy bloke. Am I supposed to practice patience after listening to the drive? Oh my god, he's very depressed. My mom's kind of homeless, and I live with my father. Oh, okay. Can I please have points so I can get out of the basement? No, you have not made one single video. You stay in the basement. Okay, I'm back. Took my meds. Get ready for me to be kind of irritable and extra depressed. Cats, are you okay? Okay, enough, lol. Remember, guys, if you ever need somebody to just vent, there's the vent channel, and you can... Well, you cats can actually just DM me if you need something, okay? When we're all broke. I am broke in real life, okay? I haven't had any stuff to make your videos with. Oh, that's true. I forget about that. I procrastinate too much, okay? It's my fault. Yes, it's my fault, okay? God damn it. Let a man just sleep around. I just want to be lazy. I should actually just put my mind into that, you know? Okay, you can have a point. Now you have 50. Anyways, let's keep reading. I think I'm practicing plenty of patience, despite you calling me buggy bloke out of nowhere. So yeah, you are. That's not what I... Finally, some silence. Anyways, sorry about listening in, fellas. I let you in on some big secret. If you let this one slide, though. What's the secret? Gregor rubbed his arm awkwardly and stared at him in silence, then pointed at a pillar in an exaggerated motion. Guess who's hiding behind that pillar, Manager Bud? With that, two familiar figures stumbled into view from behind the pillar. Oh my god, these two... I ship them. I really ship them, you know? Oh, I thought you already gained 50 points. Give it a few more minutes. Give it a few more minutes. God damn it. I miscalculated. I thought 5 minutes has already happened. How do you have a family of 23 now that I think about it? Yeah, those... I really ship those two. How could you betray us like that, Gregor? Bwaha. Bad week and highly annoying. Good night, snoozefests, she says. Uh-huh. Did I get that wrong? I never said GNS. When did you get a FU? You should have looked at Sinclair with some interest before slicing open the ceiling above the entrance. And with that uncharacteristic wet noise for something cutting through a wall, a black ink-like substance dripped onto the floor, followed by Rhodey and Auris crashing down after it. Get the fuck out. Wow, didn't realize I had garnered such an audience for my story. Executive Manager, the sole reason I followed you out here was for the purpose of protection, as I was concerned for your safety. I'm not like the others who have followed you merely to state their curiosities. Me? I was just bored. Then, should we continue the conversation, Dante? Everyone back to your rooms now. Oh my god. Bug guy with gambler. Twink with edgy girl. British guy with shit. And me with Major Squire. Okay, I'll stay with Ishmael. She's great. How did you clear Canto 7, by the way? Just clearing it, you know? Ow. Win rating a lot. Win rating a lot, you know? Wait, no. The Hishu pack? How are we gonna find the Hishu pack, guys? Oh, that sounds like a bad idea.
즉시 출격하겠습니다.
Oh no, this is bad. This is really bad, guys.
어디서?
책임은 모두 내가 진다.
I am bringing Arioshu.
시선, 집중.
걸만.
즉시 출격하겠습니다.
Well, hopefully it doesn't go bad, you know. Hopefully it doesn't go bad. My nephew doesn't seem to, from what I've heard. Okay. My mom can barely keep up with 4, and that's including me, an adult, and my brother, who's also an adult. Oh, okay. Oh my god. After that little kerfuffle, just as everyone was scattering to their rooms, Audi suddenly began to vehemently oppose leaving me all on my own. Are you absolutely certain, Executive Manager? Seriously, don't worry about it. I usually took the night watch on the boss anyways. That is true, however, we're currently in an uncharted territory for our team. We do not have much experience sleeping at a place where our safety isn't an absolute guarantee. Hey, we're literally right next door to them. It'll take less than 5-6 for us to come over when something happens. Do you not know that every second matters in emergencies? Now, Babushka, the camp. Let's get out of here. An oddly familiar sequence of events and words played out, and they eventually left my room, gently closing the door behind them. Finally, some peace and quiet. I sit in the corner of the bed, surrounded by silence, and allow my shoulders to slump for once. I don't need to sleep like the seniors do, but the fatigue does go away on its own. I needed some time to relax and empty my thoughts every once in a while. Well, I've got somewhat used to the pain. It still hurts like hell when I rewind the sinner's time. And the longer this journey got, the more frequent and severe the sinner's injuries became. They did get stronger, that's for sure, but so did our enemies, which means that my clock is always turning and turning without a moment of rest. So I think of the star. Less than 5-6, Grid. What the fuck? Okay, I don't want to think that. And okay, cats. Don't worry. Before the great gates which I face, with every revival, I witness its intricate engravings and its silent vibrations. Even after a whole year, I am still no closer to understanding what they were supposed to represent, but by emptying my thoughts and just taking in the sights, I find myself calming down. Also, the wind is quite cool and crisp tonight. Wait, that's weird. Wind? Why this sudden chill? Something opened the window, but there's no way this gentle breeze could have unlatched and left my window wide open like that. And if it did, it would have made a pretty loud noise. Besides, this chill isn't coming from in front of me. I slowly turned around to look at where the window was supposed to be. The Hishu pack, only to see a melted wall and an intruder slinking through this newfound opening. Who are you? As though driven by some unknown survival instinct, I rolled off the bed. But there was already a blade right at where my neck and head met. It's still a shivering cold. Just a little nudge, and I'd be dead even before I could make a tick. I remember how worried Auris was to leave me alone. I thought she was just being paranoid. I should have trusted her judgment. Just as I was getting ready for my final struggle, my final moments filled with regret about not listening to Auris' advice. Huh? What a pathetically thin blade. Too delicate to even to have the clock CAH, don't you think? Ryoshu leapt from the ceiling and deflected the assailant's dagger away from me. Ryoshu? Snuck in thinking I was about to see something interesting, but you're just some beast with steel. I looked up to see the ceiling, torn open, dripping with viscous, paint-like fluid, just as I saw earlier, during my conversation with Honglu. Executive manager, are you unharmed? And Auris peeking out from the gap. I, Auris, was the one who instructed Ryoshu that the ceiling had a room to hide in. Remember that. Shut up and help me. Oh, I thought this one was just some beast with steel. I could have cut this beast in half, sword and all, had I not been on the bus. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company, equally defanged and depowered, if you will. I suddenly recalled Hohenheim's commentary back at LCE. I had a vague notion of what he meant, but now I was really feeling it. NFW, what is happening? Just as Ryoshu was struggling to stop that one blade, the intruder pulled out another dagger with the other arm and slashed at Ryoshu's neck. A beast of the Hishu pack. The intruder would have cut her throat had Wei not burst through the door. Who wields you now? I don't suppose dialogue is an option. Light enters not the vast garden, yet falls a star into its fathoms still. Ah, no. The intruder reached into his clothes, muttering an odd invocation. Little shit, a talisman. Wait, get it together, my lady. Just as the intruder muttering began to grow intense, Yashikun leaped into the room and struck the stranger with her fan. Were you going to let that bastard finish that stupid spell? They almost activated the Q-Corp talisman. Apologies, my lady. It seems that I still remain somewhat bound by that spell. Listen, you're no longer a Hishu. You serve me now. Got that? You don't have to let those things control you anymore. Yes, my lady. My apologies. I fell limply to the bed with a sudden alleviation of stress and pressure. Hey, are you? I can't understand them anyways. I managed to stop the assassin before he laid a hand on them, fortunately. Got it. I don't think there was anyone else in here. Let's switch the lights on. When the lights came on, we saw... This one's from a Mao branch, isn't it? There was a black bamboo hat wearing assassin on the ground. The walls? The walls that appeared solid before we all went to sleep were now melting away, as if they were a viscous fluid. There is something wrong with this building. I knew that they must have done something to the building, but how is a Hishu here? This whole operation's gotta be spearheaded by someone with real power. This isn't just an ambush from an overexcited family hero contestant. What I don't understand is, why the Mao branch? There are better Hishu branches to use if all they wanted was to cut off the clock's head. Then they must have had a different purpose, huh? Correct. This one's from the Mao branch of the Hishu pack, which means more of them must have infiltrated this building. Though, not at the scale of the C branch. The Mao branch always moves in groups. Therefore, their goal must be to kill every guest staying in this guest sign, including you, my lady. Lance, we've got to get moving. We can't let them surround us. If we want even a chance of surviving this. Dante! Oh my god, Don Quixote is here. Oh, I am so sorry. Yeah. Wait, what if it was afraid to frame the branch they came from without realizing? It was to frame the branch. Yeah, because there's something wrong. Oh, okay. Anyways, Dante. Thinners burst into my room, slamming the door open again. The worst. Thank me later. If we don't move our asses, we're good as dead. Wait. Yes. We don't have the time to contact the main force of our faction at the family mansion. You know what to do when we're at a numerical disadvantage, right? It will be done, my lady. Jiashikun and Wei immediately stormed out of the room as soon as they saw the seniors enter, as though they've been waiting in here for my protection. Don Quixote and Gregor stood red-faced and on edge. Mersel was covered in battle wounds, and Auris wore an inscrutable expression. I stand before you in shame, to have to borrow the hands of another to protect the executive manager. No, I should have listened to what you said. Extrapolating from the pattern by which the walls have disintegrated, it is likely that they utilized the identical means of infiltration for each senior. Oh right, were you attacked by bamboo-hatted assailants too? Their ranks numbered many, Manager Squire. Yet, for how many of them they were unsettlingly silent. Verily, we were almost... not almost. I saw on the way here that some of us did get killed, impaled straight through the guts. So, what he said about fighting indoors was a taboo. Yes, a lie. Wow, how utterly cowardly and unjust of these vile curs to strike from the shadows. Alas, now is not the moment to ruminate upon their villainy. Correct, besides, there's more of them waiting to sink their blades into us. How is the one who's racist, right? Yes. Umbra Striker. Okay, what is the worst character? I don't know. I love that Outer is absolutely fucking bad at this. But she's gonna do the best she can. Yeah, this team is very cool. I need to get an Auris and I need to get the Ryoshu ASAP, you know? Like Hishu Pack versus the Hishu Packs. How many of these bitches are there? Oh, it's only 5 of them.
몰라도 그때를 위해서 미리 응원을 녹음해야 한다는 거군요. 아 이런 이것도 녹음되고 있는지는 미처.
Okay, let's go. Use my cochlear grin. I mean, we're not using Sinclair for this fight. We must use MB out as a manager. Magic bullet? Nah. I wanted a Ryoshu, you know? Okay, it's finally time. He got serious.
상태가 나빠 보이는군요. 흔히 이걸 나사 빠진 상태라고 표현하던가요?
Let's go.
방금
Can't believe we are using base outers, you know?
만화를 위한 조리하겠습니다.
He cooked?
큰 피해를 입었군요. 따뜻한. 그러나 아시다시피 우리는 앞으로 나아가기만 할 뿐 돌이킬 수 없어진 것은 눈길을 주지 않아도 된답니다.
Oh my god, Angela is so fucking annoying. She yaps too much. Yeah, but she's level 22, okay? She's absolutely not cooking. I believe in my guys. I believe in my guys. Ooh, that must have hurt. Mersal the Tiger.
경외감 속에 숨어.
Yeah, very good Mersal, but he's also very low level.
형.
전력으로 승계.
Oh, never mind. Here he goes. I got him serious for this area of the fight. Wow. Savage Tiger Slayer.
대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
My Don Quixote got staggered. God damn it. Supporting you from both chats. Thanks, Scurry. Thanks, thanks a lot. It helps, you know. I'm a Temu version of Magic Bullet Autism. And felt... okay. Okay. She didn't even do the cool war crimes. You should head up Ty Mersault to level 4. I know, but I'm waiting for a different Mersault. Thanks, Emily. You as well. Gregor, fucking great. Yuhyun. Okay, guys. Sadly, I think it's time to end the stream right now. So what's gonna happen now? We're gonna finish the Nocturnal Sweeping next time. Okay? Yeah, sadly, it's too late. For me, it's past midnight. I have not played RimWorld. But wait. Before we leave, guys. You kind of forgot that we have to... Well, forgetting this shit. But not that. We have to do the last extraction. We got the points. Who's ready to do one more? Let's try one more. Perfect, okay. Please. Oh, it's green. Okay. Please, no more announcers. Shut the fuck up with announcers. I don't want announcers. No. I got a camera. I got a camera.
발목 잡지는 않을 것 같네. 징계팀의 개불아야.
Well, I got a camera.
그러면 좋은 협력 관계 정도는 될.
Thanks. Okay, somebody donate $10 and I'll be rolling more next time. Is that the red mist? We got the red mist. There's an announcer that came already. I didn't want an announcer. What are you saying? Yeah, win for increasing coconut malt spam time. La neblina carmesí. Okay, guys, you know what? This is $20. This is $30. Should I? Guys, should I? What do you guys think? Should I? Should we try to roll for it? Yes, we're gonna buy Gacha Mechanics. That is a lot of money, to be honest. It's $20. It's $20. Whatever you should is up to you. I kind of want to, but don't want to. I'm kind of... I'd say save it for tomorrow, though. For tomorrow? But tomorrow it's meme time. Tomorrow we're not doing this. Okay, let's see how many rolls have we made, okay? We have done 50 rolls. Okay, wait. Let me check what I have. I have 3. I am about to get... there's no more here, so... I cannot get any here. Not here. In this one we have... I need 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't get 7. Oh my god. Well, should we gamble? That's the real question. Should I absolutely win? 22 is for 40. It's like 50 cents per pull, so that's a pretty good deal. Okay, yeah. Like and subscribe. Okay. We need a subscription. We need guys, somebody to subscribe. If somebody subscribes, I do it, okay? You should gamble on Bilateral or Clover Pit, though. Nah, I prefer gambling on this. Because if we think about it, we can absolutely just grab this, say purchase. Okay, it's not letting me. Turn on enable the Steam overlay while in game option. Okay, well, I guess we can't. we will do the target extraction. We still have 9 days to go, so we can do it in 2 days. Maybe in 2 days something good happens, and I'll be able to do that. Can't believe I got that announcer. I'm actually just changing. She talks too much.
여기까지 온 걸 보면
We have Gebra now. Yeah, I have to restart my game. But okay, it's very late. It's very late and I'm not thinking, so I'll just say... Wait. Good night, guys. I will see what happens. I don't want to restart the game completely, but... Reinstart Korea. Oh, I will, don't worry. I have a list of shardable things. I am just saving until I get everything I need. And good night, everybody. I hope you had fun tonight. Next time, we will be... How's this called? We will be... Oh my god, I'm kind of stupid. We will finish the Intervallo. Probably start the Canto. And I will get this bitch. I will absolutely get this bitch. I'm too far into it, you know? Anyways, good night, guys, and see you next time. Where's the ending? There's the ending. Good night, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, guys, if you don't want to sleep and hear the Coconut Mall ring in your ears every 5 minutes, don't forget to give me a like. Give a like down there, okay, please. It really helps. It really helps the stream. I will check out your ID tomorrow, yes, because remember that tomorrow is the ID review. I don't want to spoil myself until tomorrow, okay? Anyways, good night, guys, and see you next time.